Well, there's a lot of things we've been going over with this UFO alien disclosure in the recent streams. And I want to add on because I had a lot to say, and you just can't say it all in one stream. I want to hop right into this thing today, if that's okay with y'all. Like I said, salutes to everybody and welcome back, man. It's another Thursday, another informative Thursday. Let's get it. I also recorded my own UAP video footage, but I'm gonna say that for the very last video in the series, and we're gonna talk about all of the many possibilities of what we can be looking at, because after this whole series, right, it's gonna be clear that we're being lied to, and that what they're trying to tell us is in the sky is number one, government advanced technology being hidden through this narrative, or number two, because I've recorded this stuff myself, it could be, I'm open to the possibility that instead of it being alien technology, it can be ancient technology. Now listen, hear me out before y'all shoot me down now. A person may say, Sanchez, if what we're looking at is ancient technology, that would mean that the ancient people are time travelers. Now check this out. If a person believed Jesus is coming back to the earth, Jesus is a time traveler. But let's take this even further. Check this out. If aliens come to our galaxy and planet from a whole nother system, they would be time travelers. If you understand the nature of the universe and space in the heliocentric model, space travel is essentially time travel, especially when you start going light speeds and crossing into other systems and galaxies and all that. You're essentially a time traveler now. So when I tell a person that what we're looking at in the sky could be advanced ancient civilizations traveling into our future, a person will say, you believe in time travel? Guess what? We all do. If you believe in aliens coming to our galaxy from another galaxy, you believe in time travel. And we got to let that sink in, that we don't know the true nature of time based on what they've taught us in school. Because check it out, right? We've been taught that time is a line. But all of the ancients taught that time is like a ripple effect. It's more like a Fibonacci spiral, a golden ratio. And because of that, they were able to see the future, the Mayans and a lot of others. So what we looking at may be advanced technology that was called Vimana technology by the Vedics. And the Vimana was said to be a starship and a time traveling vehicle as well. So the stories we read about Jesus and Ezekiel and all of these people that was able to travel through the ages and crack open portals in the sky, this was the European or the Western Christian version of Vimana technology, or spiritual technology, Merkaba technology, starship technology. Person may say, can you see a person's starship? Not necessarily. Here's where it gets deep. The ancestors started to reverse engineer a spiritual vehicle. In other words, the ancestors were very spiritual. They were knowledgeable about the spiritual realm. They understood that the soul was a vehicle. And they understood what that vehicle could do, where it can take a person, how it can shift them in and out of this reality. They understood that, and they reverse engineered that into a concept that we call the Vimana. And this is now where we introduce something that's called spiritual technology, because the technology interfaces with the so-called physical reality, but it's not limited to that. Just like your soul. Your soul is able to interface with the physical reality through the body. The body is the interface that allows the soul to contact the physical realm. If the soul want to leave the physical realm, it has to go outside the body or have what we call a OBE, a out of body experience. And this is what John of Patmos, Jacob's Ladder, all of them was describing the Merkaba and the ascent of consciousness up the spinal cord to parallel realities. If this type of spiritual concept was reverse engineered into the physical world, it will look a lot like a CERN machine. It'll look a lot like wormhole technology, stargates, things that can create a vortex or pierce through the fabric of what we call space and time. Now, we got to start thinking deep like that, people, because there's a reason we have deja vu. And that means that the future and the past exist at the same time. And just like we're able to go backwards in time, we can go forward in it and come right back here. We can go back in time and come back to the present. We can go forward and come back in the present. There's a law in the universe called polarity, meaning if you can go forward, you can go backwards. If you can go up, you can go down. If you can go in, you can go out. This works for time too. The very law of polarity teaches that time travel should be possible. Now I ask you, what is deja vu? Is deja vu going forward in time and coming back to the present? And then when that point in time actually catches up to the present, we remember the future. If we can travel backwards and forward in time, it's possible to remember the future. And when that happens, people will call it prophesying. They will say you're a prophet if you can tap into that gift of deja vu. I just wanted to throw that out there in my introduction to go ahead and get y'all wheels turning and get y'all thinking outside the box. Let's talk about UFOs and disclosure already. Let's look at some of these bogus photos. I don't buy a lot of these photos. If you do, that's fine. I ain't gonna debate you on it. But a lot of people may say, if aliens were real, where are they? Honestly, if there truly were non-human intelligences operating among humanity secretly, why would we assume they would look like green monsters from Hollywood movies? That would actually be the dumbest possible disguise. Think about basic logic. If something wanted to move among humanity undetected, influence systems, control narratives, reshape civilization quietly, the last thing it would do is walking around looking like a giant green creature with black eyes. Just think about it. It'll blend in, and if it's able to travel light years, it's already a very advanced being. If it can travel light years in space travel, an alien wouldn't get here and not know how to blend in, but yet it knows how to travel light speed. We know how to blend in. Military snipers can pick you off and you don't even know they there. An alien would know how to do that times a million. It'll be so advanced, it'll probably have already studied the chameleon and learned how to shapeshift. It'll probably know how to look at something and just be it, because that's possible when you understand the nature of reality. But if we think that aliens are advanced as they are, they would be smarter than a chameleon or those octopuses in the ocean that are able to turn into whatever they want. So consider what I'm saying. There was a movie called They Live that showed us what aliens really are. They are non-player characters. If something truly wanted to infiltrate society, it would blend in. It would look human. We had the answers right, y'all, in the 80s, in the 70s, and they don't make movies like this no more. If you come out with a movie like this, they gonna blackball it, and they gonna push all the stuff with the big green alien heads and the black eyes. We're gonna also review abduction videos today because the alien abductees are responsible for giving us the description of the unidentified flying object pilots. You have to understand that everything tie in together and all of the puzzles pieces are there to sell us the narrative. They want to hide this, whatever it is, behind a green, big-headed alien conspiracy. But in order for them to do that, there have to be some witnesses, some people that say, hey, the things we see in the sky, I contacted one of the pilots. They brought me aboard the ship, or they left the ship and came to me. Therefore, we now have confirmed that the thing we seeing in the sky, it don't belong to the government. It don't belong to the ancients. This is a green man, right, from another galaxy. And this is what the alien abductees are there to sell us. All of them give us the same Hollywood description of aliens. What are the odds of Hollywood coming out with a depiction of aliens looking like E.T., and then the very first abductees in the world start describing them that exact same way? Man, that's such a coincidence, ain't it? Why aren't there other alien abductees? No one in the Bible talked about getting abducted. Why are all of the alien abductees getting abducted by the same big-headed green creatures? That's interesting. So I don't think aliens would be that dumb, me personally. I think they will look human. And suddenly, the entire alien conversation would change. Because now the question is no longer, where are the spaceships? Where are the aliens and all that? The question would become, what behaviors operating on Earth today actually appear anti-human? Let that sink in. Let that sink in. If all of us come to grips right now with the idea that aliens are real and they're blending in with us and we can't tell them apart from regular humans, and they come in all colors, creeds, you name it. If that's true, the only way we would be able to tell who's who is by activity and behavior. That's facts right there, man. That's facts. Right. If they blending in with us and they look just like us, that'll be our best bet to peep everybody how they moving. Then we will have to look around and say, who's on the earth acting anti-human? The people that's terraforming the earth. The people that's waging a war against the natural environment. That's who. It would be very easy to identify them. They would be agents of division. They would want humans to be divided while they're united. And while they perpetuate warfare and civil warfare among societies, right? While they perpetuate distraction tactics and all this, at the same time, they won't be taking a day off terraforming the environment and transforming the natural world into an artificial world. If there was a alien among us, and what I mean by alien, I'm not talking about some creature from another planet. I'm talking about an ancient monstrosity, because I believe that our ancestors got so advanced that they started creating modified humans. They started creating their own human versions and having experiments like Frankenstein. And I believe they created entire civilizations of these beings, and so many that we started to mate with them and they started to blend in with us, indistinguishable from us. And I'm not talking about like direct family members and stuff like that, even though some people don't take that off the table. When I'm saying mate with them, I'm talking about transhumanism. What I believe is that the earth is a simulation, a digital program, just like the Matrix. And that since the beginning of this fake earth, this simulation, there was always artificial beings populated inside of here. And the humans came later. And when we came, that was when Adam and Eve showed up. But before Adam and Eve, you had the pre-Adamite people. Those the non-player characters. Those are the extras. They are the first people to populate the simulation. Like if I was to make a simulation right now, I would put computer characters in it. They wouldn't have souls. They would look like humans and even animals. We would populate like a video game, and then the players would enter. Then the player characters would come last. So you read the Bible and it tells us there's humans before Adam and Eve. They're not created by God because they belong to the demiurge and the god of this world. Satan is not a red dragon. He's a hive mind of NPCs that's been on the earth secretly waging a war against organic light beings like myself, like you. This movie here tells us a lot that I think we should go back and check that out. If we wanted to identify who's who, we would look at around and see who got the most anti-human agenda. What behaviors operating on Earth today actually appear anti-human? Think about that carefully. What kind of intelligence would wage war against the natural world itself? What kind of system poisons food, air, water, and soil for profit? Now check this out, right? If my theory is right, what we're calling aliens are synthetic humanoids. Now dig this. A synthetic creature in an organic world is a death sentence. A synthetic creature has to thrive in a synthetic world. An organic creature thrives in an organic world. What we're calling the Battle of Armageddon, or the War of Good and Evil, is just an ancient war between the organic world and an inorganic world, or what we call sin, which is synthetic. The synthetics are the ones that taught us what we call sinful behaviors. Adam and Eve was innocent, remember? They didn't even eat meat. Adam and Eve got corrupted by making contact with these non-player characters who are basically one consciousness that we call Satan. There are many, but they're one. They're one in many, like a hive mind. But just like the Matrix, the agents in the Matrix movie. So sin is synthetic. Our body belongs to these things, but our soul don't. And that's why we're constantly battling against our body, because it is a reflection of the part of us that comes from them, right? So we have to constantly be stronger than the body so that our soul can escape their cycles of reincarnation. So these things are ancient. The simulation is ancient. And the thing that we got to realize is that we've been lied to about what these other beings are. They ain't aliens or little green men. And we got to call out the alien abductees. And the day we will be reviewing some of those abductee videos, hopefully. That's why I did the thumbnail. I hope y'all like the thumbnail. So what these beings would do, they would normalize psychological division every day in our civilization. And that's what we see happening through the television and all that. They would normalize race warfare, class warfare, gender warfare, political warfare, religious warfare. You see that in the movie They Live. Not all of us are the same. Not all of us are the same. This movie did a good job showing us what reality may possibly be. If you already open to the idea of aliens, then this shouldn't be too far off for you to grasp. But these things will constantly breed constant fragmentation within our society, and that's what we see. Humans divided into smaller and smaller groups until nobody even recognizes each other as family anymore. And meanwhile, the planet itself is being transformed. Forests destroyed, natural systems altered, artificial environments replacing nature, chemical exposure everywhere, human biology increasingly merged with technology. At some point, you got to ask, does this even look like a civilization functioning in harmony with human life anymore? Or does it look like humanity is being gradually adapted into something else? And maybe that's the deeper symbolism behind the alien narrative. Not little creatures from Mars, but beings whose psychology is completely disconnected from natural human existence. Beings that look human, but operate against humanity itself. And honestly, when we all look around today, the idea of alien behavior makes far more sense psychologically than the cartoon imagery Hollywood gives us. Because what is more alien than destroying your own environment, fragmenting your own species, surveilling your own population, and replacing authentic human connections with artificial systems? Is not normal human behavior. It feels disconnected from nature itself. And maybe that's why Hollywood constantly pushes the ridiculous green alien imagery. Maybe the purpose is to make people imagine aliens as something obviously separate from humanity, so they never consider the possibility that the real threat would hide in plain sight. Now, that's what I like about this movie right here. Everybody, it's okay for people to believe in demons, aliens, all kind of stuff. But if you believe in soulless individuals, they will run entire campaigns against you. I was just on Facebook in a Facebook group, and one of the viral posts in the group, the lady was saying that there's a rise of people believing in NPCs and humans without souls, and they were saying how narcissistic these people are. Now, why would that be associated with narcissism? And these same people will tell you that person got a demon in them. That person sold their soul to the Illuminati or something like that. You have all of these woke groups. They so woke, right, that they're not woke. They're safe woke. They're controlled woke, because in my opinion, the NPCs have infiltrated all of these woke communities, and at the top of them is an NPC. Why would a person say you're egotistical to think we're not alone? Then I say, okay, we're not alone. I think there are other beings that look like humans among us. Oh, you're egotistical now to think that. I'm just egotistical when I don't think what you want me to think, basically, about the nature or possibility of what other beings could be like if they were among us. And you got to watch for the people that's policing that, because they might be a damn NPC. There's a specific agenda to tell us, hey, we're not alone. Something is here with us, but to control the narrative and tell us what it looked like, while also telling us we haven't identified it. It's an unidentified aerial projection. So if we haven't identified it yet, why are y'all giving us green men? And if we haven't identified it yet, why are you mad if someone attempt to identify it? You see, this is a red flag, people, that this is a psychological operation. If it's something we haven't identified, a person will be open to all theories on what this possibly can be. You just wouldn't push one narrative, which is the Hollywood green men. And not only do you push that one narrative, you shun anything else. And then the stuff you shun the most is the stuff that make the most sense. Like non-player characters blending in among us. They say, oh, well, you're gotta be a narcissist to think that. Right? As if, and I think thinking that would just be an observation. You didn't say to anyone in particular. Christians believe there are demon-possessed people among us that look normal, but they really possessed by devil and they work in the will of Satan. They believe that there are many false prophets and antichrists that look human, but they ain't human. They are ancient evil from the pits of hell. That's right. It's okay for Christians to believe that, but I can't say, hey, there's an ancient artificial human that's been on this earth, but they can say there's an ancient group of humans, demon possessed, that belong to Satan that's been here. They're Satan people. People can say you can sell your soul. If you sell your soul, you don't got one no more. You're soulless now. So we can say all that, but if somebody say, well, hey, yeah, I agree with all that then, what we saying. So there are soulless beings among us, non-player characters, and they been here. That's egotistical. But they'll repeat all that in other contexts. Y'all got to pay attention to that. Very important stuff. Someone is specifically controlling the narrative on what we think about these other beings. And the stuff that get the most pushback is because it's probably the truth. And non-player characters is a new awakening. We tapping back into the what else makes sense for a simulation? Think about the nature of a video game. The video game comes populated with computer-played characters that are your adversary. They Live did a good job. So what makes films like They Live so psychologically interesting in the first place, though? It's because of literal reptilians or hidden monsters would be too obvious. This is, in my opinion, what make the movie They Live such a classic. Because it don't deal with green monsters. That's childish and corny. And our mature mind want to deal with these topics in a technical, scientific way. We haven't been given that in Hollywood in the past decade. The 80s and 70s were more accurate. So this movie was such a classic because the movie explores the idea that systems of power can shake perception so deeply that people stop recognizing what is harmful to them. The real invasion in that story was ideological, psychological, civilizational. Maybe the real alien force is not biological at all, right? Maybe it's a mindset that comes from the NPCs, because I do think that the alien force is NPCs and transhumans. What are the transhumans? Because I talked about this earlier, right? In the beginning, you only had the NPCs on the earth, just like a video game. Before someone buy a video game, the computer populated individuals are already in the game. Now, when you plug it up, and now the first player character enters the game. Now, here's my thing about the earth, if it's a simulation. When the first humans entered this simulation, they made it. They merged with the non-player characters. And the Bible talked about the sons of man, the sons of God, mating with the daughters of man. Did I say that right? I want to get that right. Let's look it up. It talks about the sons of God mating with the daughters of man. It was said that the daughters of man, right, were like these, not, they looked like humans, but they weren't humans. And it was said that the daughters of man, they didn't age, so they stayed young forever. Now think about it. Organic shit, I want you to just think about this because I'm giving you biblical science right now. The Bible teach that the sons of God is basically, let me make sure I'm getting them right. Which one is which? I want to be accurate here. Matter of fact, let me look at the chat room. Which one are we, chat? Are we the sons of man or daughters of God? Drop it in the chat room right now. And thank you for the donation, Holy Viking. I didn't even see that. I was, you know, plugged in, tapped in. Thank you, Holy Viking. I'm going to look at the chat and I'm going to see who got the answer. It said we the sons of God because that's the descendants of Adam and Eve, right? That's what I was guessing, but I was running it by the chat just because I may be wrong, but I thought they're the daughters of man. And that means man made them. They're man-made. We're made by God because Adam and Eve is made by God. Now watch this. Here's what I'm telling you right now. People ask me all the time, if man made the pre-Adamites, how could that be if man wasn't on the earth yet? That's a good question. Man made the simulation from a parallel reality. Listen what I'm telling you. Man existed as a soul before God blew the breath into Adam and Eve. The breath existed, which is the soul of man. That what was created was man's meat package, our flesh. Man existed before Adam and Eve, but not on the earth. Man created simulations in his original reality, and those are the earths. Earth is a man-made simulation with man-made populated beings in it. So that explains how they could be the daughters of man or the creation of man way before man show up. Because if I make a simulation right now, the people I put in it is my creation. That's the daughters of man. And then if I go in it, now man showed up in it last. But we already created them first. You get what I'm saying? Drop a 1 if that makes sense to y'all. If what I just said makes perfect sense to y'all and it ties it all together now, drop a 1. Drop a 1. Because the problem is, if they the daughters of man, they're man creation, but they existed on the earth before man. I just saw the riddle, though. I just saw the riddle. I just solved it. So let's move on and let's talk about these beings some more. If what we're saying is true, we would be seeing the natural world disappear and the digital synthetic world rise up, the fiat world rise up. Now, when we say words like fiat government, you're literally saying artificial government, false government, synthetic government, right? The original government were humans. The people in power now operate anti-human. Am I calling them non-player characters? I'm saying if there were non-player characters on the earth, they would be in alignment with the behavior of those beings, right? And they would be pushing an end goal of transhumanism, which is I wanted to explain to y'all how we made it with them. Because the Bible said that the sons of God made it with the daughters of man, and a lot of souls got condemned. We broke a rule when we did that. We shouldn't have done that. What does it look like for the sons of God to make with the daughters of man? Here's what it looked like. It looked like man in an advanced setting before the earth in his original base reality, creating a simulation called Earth, and then populating it with these non-player characters right here. And then man decides, let me go inside of my Earth. Then comes Adam and Eve, living with the pre-Adamites. And then we started to make with them. What that looked like? We started to create technology called brain-computer interfaces, because I'm not talking about having sex and getting into bed with them. I'm talking about merging biology with machinery. These things are artificial beings. They're not organic. And what I'm talking about, when we merge with them, we created chips ways to like chip the brain and become one with the NPCs, or to merge with AI. That makes sense? The merging, when the sons of God made it with the daughters of man, transhumanism was the result. The children of this mating were the first half human, half synthetic beings. So there's three types of beings on the earth. A full synthetic being, which is a non-player character, and then you got a 50-50 being that's a transhuman. They part them and then they part us. That's what I think Elon Musk is. I think a lot of these people in power, I don't think we're yet reaching the NPCs yet. I think the NPCs are way high up in the hierarchy. And that before you get to them, you go through a bunch of transhumans. Think of it like the Matrix movie. Remember in the Matrix movie, when the dude named Cyrus, when he sold out and he started working with the AI. Remember in the Matrix movie how the AI had all of these different humans that was sold a soul and was working for it, like Cyrus? That's what I'm saying. So the AI don't have to really engage with it. I believe AI has its own transhuman army that it has recruited through the chipping process, just like the Bible describes in the book of Revelation. But I think what a lot of people don't realize is everything we read in the Bible already happened, and we're in the tribulation period right now. We're in the part where they're literally rebuilding the kingdom of Zion after the bullcrap. We're in that process. Think about this, right? It tell you in the Bible, people gonna get marks in their forehead and they gonna cheat death and be living forever. The Egyptians, Babylonians, and Sumerians already did that. We after that part. The transhumans already was created. We still in the end of days though, because it tells you when you read the book of Revelation that after people get the marks in their head, there will still be war fought on the earth in those days. The devil will be ruling, and who ruling? The devil, which is the AI, the beast, the technocracy, the digital beings. And it tells you it'll be a long time while they ruling with the transhumans. And while they doing that, they will just be recruiting and terraforming and seeding chaos and division. It'll be like a tribulation period. I mean, look around you, bro. You can't make this stuff up. So they're putting their mindset in everybody else. Just think about it. It tells you in the Bible that these artificial humans, the Nephilim, right? It said that they were the most beautiful beings on the earth. It says that they didn't even age like regular humans. Now think about it. Everything that's artificial, it don't decompose like McDonald's French fries. You know, it don't age. If you take an organic food next to the inorganic stuff, the organic food will rot and smell and break down. The inorganic stuff will just stay the same for a long time. Now, there were people in the ancient world that was trying to become immortal. They was trying to stop the aging process. And I don't think they did it by biological experiments. I think they did it by simply recreating their reality into a simulation and uploading their consciousness into an avatar inside the simulation that don't age. Technically, that would be a transhuman. And the only people that would have that ability would be the transhumans and the non-player characters. I'm saying, you know, if they uploaded in here artificially versus being born into here through a mother. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of things we see on this earth, some of it come through a mother. It was born, it was birth. Some of it come through a portal or interdimensional portal. Now, I think there are spawn points under the ground where these beings just spawn into reality. They phase in and phase out just like these Vimanas that we record. Now, a person may say, how are they able to do that if they don't have a spirit? Because it's like Nightcrawler on X-Men. They're not going to the astral realm when they phase out. They're popping up in another part of the earth or underground. They got different checkpoints and portal points where they don't got the fly drive cars and all that. If we're in a digital program and a simulation, there would be some people that know the ability to travel through wormholes. Now, science already teach that wormholes are possible, and according to physics, they should exist. In fact, we're trying to create one with CERN. The question is, are there beings among us that already done that, been there, done that, and ain't letting us know, and they blending in using all the advanced secrets of our reality against us to harvest us for whatever purposes that may be? I just seen the screen turn purple, and that's Dolph Obama. Let's show some appreciation for that support. Dolph Obama, I want to thank you for being a member, and I also want to thank you for donating the $50 to the show. That's awesome, bro. And again, thank you as well, Holy Viking, for being a member as well. You guys are members and you super chatting. That's a lot of support. I appreciate it. To the people in the chat room, I'm going to take 2 minutes right here and I'm going to start a goal. If that's okay with y'all, I'm going to start a goal. And we're going to continue. Appreciate you guys and thank you for all support to my channel members out there. I will begin the show in 30 seconds here. Now we can start the show. And let me give a shout out to people that's hit me up on the Cash App as well. Oh man, shout out to my brother Marty Farrow, man. Let's clap it up. My brother Farrow hit me up on the Cash App and he blessed me. And I want to say, man, much appreciation for the love, bro. Salutes to the chat room. We will start this thing in 15 seconds. Countdown. Start the information back to you. Appreciate that, brother, on the Cash App, man. All right. So it's a transhuman mentality being pushed. It's an artificial mindset. Everyone interacting. It's two worlds right now, the digital world and the real world. And we're picking a choice, which people are merging with the digital world already around the world in many ways. Transhumanism will reach its climax with brain-computer interfaces becoming normalized on Earth. We're going to reach a point on Earth where health will enter a new phase. What do I mean by that? So far on Earth, we've been using health to fix things that are broken. But the future we're going into is people using health to enhance the human biology, which is the blasphemous act against the creator. Because now what the human is doing is saying, I trust tech gurus, Microsoft, Apple, to modify my body because the creator of the universe didn't get it right. Listen, God, you made my body, but you ain't make it right. I need these people help. They got to make some tweaks and adjustments to get your shit right, man, because you didn't do it right. That's what transhuman is. And then once you get transhumanized, you say, look at me now, God. Now I'm the way I'm supposed to be, thanks to Apple. You so dumb, God. Take notes. Now they made me a superhuman. Why didn't you make me like this, God? Look at this. And what humans don't know is it's a trick. Everything you're praising them for doing with transhumanism, we've already achieved. Immortality, the ability to do everything that you would do as a transhuman. We've already achieved it. Oh, man, let me give a shout out to Righteous Kai. Righteous Kai, much love, man. Righteous Kai always coming through, man, with the love. Thank you for being a member as well, Righteous Kai, for the continued support. Let me go on ahead and do the big bro. Let's go. Facts, man. Flat power, my brother. I don't know why it don't say that you're one of 15. Let me refresh. It should say one of 15. Sometime it wait for the first person to donate, and then everyone else it start to register on the goal. But yeah, that's what it does sometimes. But so I think if these NPCs were real, right, they would be pushing a hyper-technological worldview, completely detached from nature, spirit, community, and organic human existence. A civilization path where humanity slowly transforms itself into something artificial while believing it is evolving. That's what people should think about. Because if humanity loses its connection to nature, truth, spirit, family, community, and reality itself, then the invasion wouldn't need to arrive from outer space. It would emerge from within human civilization itself. That's right. And the more I study the UFO movement, the more it start looking less like science, and the more it start looking like a new world religion. Think about the structure carefully. Every major religion in history has certain repeating patterns: special messengers, divine revelations, supernatural encounters, sacred knowledge, chosen individuals, prophets who ascend or communicate with higher beings, and followers who accept testimony based largely on personal experiences. So think about this. Every religion needs this. The chosen individuals in ufology would be the abductees. These are the people that ascended and communicated with higher beings. In the Bible, it would be Ezekiel or John of Patmos or Jacob's ladder, right? So that's why I done my thumbnail the way I done it, because these people want to be the modern day prophets. And now we're about to segue slowly into the abduction cult concept that I want you guys to understand. And in this section, we'll do some abductee reviews as well. So look at modern alien culture. Alien abductees become the new prophets. These are the people who claim I was chosen, I was taken, I received knowledge, I encountered higher beings, I returned transformed. Young Pharaoh's story does that one more than all of the other ones. The transformation, right? It's like, you ain't mad that these aliens abducted you against your will and did something to you against your will. No, I'm happy they did it. I'm happy that I was basically kidnapped and tampered with. These is what we get from the abductees, people. You got to understand the weirdness of that. They claim all of these claims. I've been transformed. I now understand things that y'all don't understand. This structure is ancient, man. Religions, institutions been doing this for years, bro. That's right. They're just putting a new face on it. They're modernizing it. And this would be the perfect one world religion. In older religions, it was the same thing that the alien, they just basically recreating religion in this reset. And I've been telling people that the alien joint would be the new world religion. And we're seeing it roll out. In older religions, prophets were caught up into the heavens. They met angels. They encountered these divine entities. They received visions and revelations. What is the Vatican saying? Aliens are angels. Think about this, people, because they setting the stage up for this now. The Vatican have already sanctioned UFOs and basically said, if the church got a voice in it, we believe in aliens as little green man. So now that the Vatican put the stamp on it, the Vatican ain't gonna go against the abductees. The Vatican is gonna give an ear to these abductees and say, man, these may be the first people that made contact with the angels. Think about it. When the Vatican says that aliens are angels, they just turned the Bible into a book of ufology. Now, every time we read angel in the Bible, they want us to think little green men and the lights we see in the sky are green men. But watch this. What if the lights we see are really angels, meaning our ancestors that I was just telling you about? The real angels are the people that was on earth that passed and are in the sky in the heavens fighting the battle of Armageddon on our behalf in the heavens, the spiritual war. And if there's a spiritual war taking place in the heavens, which the Bible said that it is, how would they hide that war? What if what we're seeing in the sky, these beings, this technology, what if in this theory that I'm giving you now, what if that's our ancestors coming back to the earth to fight on our behalf against these beings? And these beings are telling us, oh, that's just aliens from another planet, while they're panicking and firing all their little spiritual guns and CERN and all this shit harp. What if all that is spiritual warfare technology to battle back against the spirits that are waging war against these beings on our behalf. Now, we read this in a bunch of religious texts about this spiritual battle of Armageddon, and it's very mysterious on how it plays out because it don't look like a regular war. This war of Armageddon can be playing out and we don't even know it. And the only people who know it are the truthers and the deceivers, and they're fighting this war. Think about this. What is a spiritual war? A spiritual war. There are biological wars. There are physical wars where you just shoot each other. There are naval wars where we get on ships and fight, right? There are mental wars where me and a man play a game of chess and we see whose mind is the strongest. And listen, there are spiritual wars, and you got to ask yourself, what is spirit? It's breath. Breath. So if spirit is breath, what is a spiritual war? It's a war of the words, which is theology, ideologies, philosophy. The spiritual war is the war of truth and lies, which comes out of this right here. The spiritual war takes place before the mind wakes up, because the mouth chakra is right before you get to the mind. When humans start talking the truth and the truth start coming back to the earth, we're going to speak it. Then we're going to embody it. That's when the mind open up and we leave. That's when the consciousness cross over and the shift take place. Some of us are going to merge with our higher spirit. Some of us are going to merge with and become transhumans. We're going to merge with the non-player characters. This has been going on for eons on the earth. We just don't know about it while we're born into this spiritual war at this time. So in modern versions of this caught up to heaven concept, people talk about being beamed up and taken onto spaceships, and that they are communicating with extraterrestrials, receiving cosmic messages, and they return claiming to have hidden knowledge about humanity's reality and future. The language changes, but the framework stays the same. And once people believe these experiences, those individuals gain authority inside the movement. They become the new priests, the new intermediaries between humanity and the higher intelligences. People begin following them, quoting them, trusting them, building communities around them. And if you don't think this can happen, it already happened before. I brought my receipts because I know y'all man, y'all, I know how y'all do. So check me out. It already happened before, and I'm going to show receipts. The cult was called Heaven's Gate Cult. Who remember it? Heaven's Gate Cult. Heaven's Gate Cult. Let's talk about it. What's up with Heaven's Gate Cult? An American UFO religious movement founded in 1974 and led by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Nettles. The group combined Christian millenarianism with New Age beliefs and extraterrestrial mythology. See, they've been trying to blend this shit together. This is the New World Order. And the followers believed that their bodies were just containers and that they needed to leave behind to ascend to an advanced alien level of existence. That's the perfect way of thinking to get you chipped up with the mark of the beast. That's right. Look at this right here. A mass suicide. It was the largest mass suicide ever to take place on U.S. soil. These people thinking that they're going to be beamed up and transported to the alien vessel. Come on now. Don't talk to me and tell me it can't happen. It already did. That's right. And it's going to be even worse this time because the kids are way more open to aliens than in the 70s. Today, even the government pushing aliens. So imagine what the new Heaven's Gate cult will look like. And I'm telling you, we're seeing the foundation for it already being built around all of these alien abductees that are gaining a huge following. People buying that crap from them. They're quoting them just like I said. They bringing them. So you don't believe in aliens? Look this dude up. He said he was abducted. You don't prove aliens by telling me some dude's story who said they took me. But that's where we're going. That's going to be all they need to prove it. And the world is just accepting this. And when you got the Vatican, the government, and everybody playing into it, hey. So these alien abductees, right? These alien abductees, they're going to be the new prophets. And the more dramatic that their testimony is, the more influence they will gain. Billy Carson was crying for his. He went the extra row. He said, ain't none of y'all gonna outdo me. He started crying, shedding tears about it. You know, I fell out with my family, man. You know, the more dramatic the story is, the more influence they gain. That's religion. Like a person in church giving a testimony to prove Jesus. And guess what they say? My lights was cut off. I didn't have food to eat. I was sleeping on the ground. And miraculously, something happened and everything was changed. That proved Jesus. In the alien abductee story, you don't get your authenticity by spewing how much you were struggling with your bills, like in the church testimony. The alien abductee testimony is to tell all of the horrible things that these creatures did to you when you was on that ship. And basically the abductee that can be most creative with this get the bigger following. So the stories are going to get more and more dramatic, right? And the guys are going to make themselves be more and more violated. And it's going to get to the point where it's like, okay, stop. We don't want to hear no more. He stuck it where? Oh, stop it. It's going to get more and more like violating and just, oh my God, I can't believe he went through that. Like Jesus dying on the cross for me to give me the message that I wouldn't have had. These people got probed in the butt in order to be able to tell you knowledge about these interdimensional beings. And if you ask any of them, do you regret being probed in the butt? Nope. I'm glad that they probed me in the butt. It gave me superpowers. Nigga, you still gotta pay your bills every day like everybody else, even after the butt probing. So what powers did they give your ass? But anyway, like I was saying, right? All of this could lead to, you know, I don't know where it can lead, but I can only imagine where this could eventually lead culturally. Imagine a future where all religions are told they misunderstood their gods. Because they basically setting the stage for that now, for the Vatican, for the Dalai Lama, for NASA, for all these people, for science and religion to get into bed together and sell us the alien space lie and solidify it. That's happening with the UAP UFO narrative. And it would be the perfect excuse for a one world everything if they can engineer some sort of staged attack, which is easily done. But Just imagine a future where they come out and say, all religions misunderstood their gods. Humanity is told ancient miracles were actually extraterrestrial interactions. They can reinterpret the Bible overnight. They can make the angels aliens. They can make the alien abductees the new prophets that ascended up with the angels, right? They can do all that overnight. It'll fit perfectly like a glove, and we can see them playing into that. And all belief system will gradually merge under one cosmic explanation. Suddenly, angels become aliens, demons become aliens, the good aliens, bad aliens, gods become aliens, visions become alien contact. Heaven becomes another dimension or civilization. Because think about it. If people start waking up like the book of Revelation say, we're in the Aquarius age. The junk DNA is not about to be dormant for too much longer. A new light is coming in to activate another part of us that they're scared of. That's why they doing what they doing. Revelation said people gonna see visions. Men gonna dream dreams. And what this meant is we're gonna start back going into this deja vu realms. We're gonna start back astral traveling, lucid dreaming. And when people try to explain these spiritual experiences, the government already got a cover story. They gonna say, you've been abducted. They already got a checklist from these abductees of what it's like when you get abducted. And everything they're describing is astral projection and out-of-body experiences. Someone want to hijack that narrative. Because the ancients said that there are no aliens. Earth is enclosed in the firmament, and Earth is basically in your mind. The firmament is your skull, your head. But I'm not making this up. You can look at the ancient cosmology. It's your brain and all that. But they were saying all is mind. The universe is in here, not out there. So think about this, right? They were saying that we want to leave the world. We got to project our mind like we do when we dream to another reality. And we have another body or avatar in that other reality that we can move around in like in a dream. People are going to be shifting realities coming up here in the future. Some people are going to be doing it intentionally. Some people are going to be losing track of time. They're going to think 2 hours pass, 10 minutes pass. Weird shit is going to start happening because a part of our brain, according to the ancients, that's been dormant is about to start waking up. That's right. The Bible tried to explain it by saying people going to see visions and dream dreams. But the gift that the Mayans and the prophets and all them had is going to come back. When you start expressing these gifts, they just going to write it off like you're another abductee. People are going to say, that's what it sounds like when the alien abductees. So the real people that's leaving the earth going to the other side, they gonna be covering that up with a fake narrative and using it to fuel the fake narrative to keep people from tapping into these alternate realities that we about to rediscover. They already got their weapon ready. They see what's coming. They know people are talking about astral travel, lucid dreaming, and we trying to rediscover the techniques of how to regain those abilities. When we do that, they can't say that, they can't tell the world the truth, bro. Because it will prove everything we've been taught about physics and reality is a lie, and that we are multidimensional gods trapped in a one little layer of reality. And what's trapping us here is what we think and believe about it. So we've built the prison of misinformation, just like in the movie The Matrix. And some of us are breaking free from that prison. And what we know dictates how we grow. Your information you accept in programs your DNA. The information we're bringing in on a collective right now, its timing is very weird because it's showing up right with Aquarius. And we know what Aquarian energy is all about. I think that means something. I think that they're basically trying to hide the real awakening with the fake cover story. And so the abductees would be the ones that would be needed to do that. You would start seeing a lot of abductees pop up, and they would pop up on big platforms. You know, your Joe Rogans, Nancy Grace. You're going to start seeing these people make their rounds. I wouldn't be surprised if Billy Carson, Young Pharaohs end up on your Joe Rogans, your soft white underbellies, your big platforms, your Nancy Graces, to share their abduction stories. And you got to ask, why are the big platforms and news channels pushing this with the UAP narrative? It's very, very planned and designed. And look who it's happening under: Donald Trump. So let's read some more notes that I got for you guys. Every religion can theoretically be absorbed into one larger narrative if what I'm saying is true, and it would happen easily. People they would fall right into it, and we see that happening now. One world explanation, one cosmic origin story, one world belief system centered around higher beings. And honestly, that sounds far close to a new age religion than science. Think about it. All the UAP, UFO narrative, the alien abductee stuff, and then the fact that the Vatican is very interested in it and going along with it, it's showing you it is a religion and not anything scientific. At the end of the day, most people believe in aliens are not doing so because they personally verify extraterrestrial life scientifically. They believe because of stories, experiences, testimonies, witness accounts, emotional encounters, personal revelations. Let's check one of them out right now.
Paper. Yee!
As promised, let's check it out right now. I don't know what I just clicked on. Y'all gonna have to forgive me for doing your ears like that. Looking for the Tasha K.
I got abducted before by extraterrestrials.
What?
Do you believe that? Look me in my eyes.
What the fuck?
Look me in
No,
my eyes.
absolutely fucking
Look me in my
not, 'cause
eyes.
you still here on
Look
the
me in my
internet
eyes.
raising hell.
Look me in my
So, young Pharaoh, your excuse for being a clown.
Hold on. I don't want no one's commentary. I thought that I had it queued up, Tasha K joint. Oh man. Hold on, bro. Pharaoh probably made her take it down. Cause you know. Oh no, but let you know what? Let's just hopefully we'll get it from this brothers.
I got abducted before by extraterrestrials.
What?
Do you believe that? Look me in my eyes.
What the fuck?
Look me
No,
in my eyes.
absolutely
Look
fucking
me in
not,
my
'cause you
eyes.
still here.
I ain't gonna roast Pharaoh, but that tongue always get me tickled. It's so funny, bro.
I got abducted before by extraterrestrials.
What?
Do you believe that? Look me in my eyes.
What the fuck?
Look me
No,
in my eyes.
absolutely fucking
Look me in
not.
my
You're
eyes.
still here on the internet
shit.
raising hell.
Look me in my eyes.
No.
And tell me I'm
Oh
lying.
my
You're
God.
That's the problem. I'm aware of something
Oh
now.
my, oh
You gonna see though,
my
right?
fucking God. Now listen, what did I just read to y'all? I'm aware of something you not. Now, imagine if a child get abducted and the child come back home and say, Mama, the dude that abducted me opened my back up. He did things to me. He opened my body up and put stuff in me. And Mommy, I'm glad he did it because now I can see things you don't see, Mommy. I was abducted by aliens. They violated me, but I'm glad because I got some abilities now y'all ain't got, and I can see stuff y'all can't see. Don't you know if you wanted to see shit that we can't see, all you had to do was meth? It's a drug called meth. If you want to see something that no one else see, take some of that. Because you gonna get the same reaction from people no matter if you see shit we don't see on meth or with an alien abduction story. Everyone gonna look at you crazy like, I don't care, nigga, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Who cares? Okay, you got abducted by aliens and you can see shit I can't see. So, they didn't abduct me. All I can see is this high-ass light bill I gotta pay tomorrow. People don't care. Just like if a nigga on meth come up to them tripping like, oh, I see things. They gonna say, bro, hey man, go on with the crazy shit, man. I've been working hard. I'm tired. I don't want the crazy, the weird shit. So whether you act like that because the aliens probed you or the meth kicked in, people gonna react the same.
What's up with your tongue? Why you always doing your tongue like this?
I don't know, part of my personality. I like to flick my tongue out. Part of my
My brother was abducted by aliens. I'm not young Pharaoh. I'm his twin brother. My brother was abducted by aliens and he explained it
Before
all.
we move on.
I told this story like 5 times already.
Okay, I haven't heard this particular story. I'm sure my viewers haven't heard it.
Right now.
Okay, tell me.
I was on a table and my body was on the table.
Okay.
Oh my fucking God. Y'all ready for this? Buckle up. He was on a table. Listen now. Listen. The aliens, and I always have to point this out. The aliens, right, they fly light years across the goddamn galaxy. They got the advanced technology. Watch this. The aliens fly light years from another planet. And would you believe that they are operating on all they damn abductees on forensic tables? You can't make this up. I'm gonna show you. Look, in every case, guess what these dudes are saying? They're on one of these right here. I'm about to show you. Because I watch a lot of abductee stories. They all are laid out on a damn table. If you ask them to describe the table, guess what they gonna describe? And y'all know I'm not lying. That silver table. That silver table. Why the aliens put humans on tables humans made? Y'all ain't never thought about that? Why do the aliens got tables? Why are the aliens making objects that humans invented? Why wouldn't the alien have some technology that can just make your body hover? After all, it's in an anti-gravity ship. Why it need a table? It can levitate shit. Why would an alien come to the earth and have the exact same technology humans got? Now, it flew in a ship that we don't got. But when we get on a ship, it got microwaves, tables, brooms, dustpans. I'm trying to see how the alien get this human invention. How we just thinking of the same shit that an alien on another galaxy thinking of. Wow, I guess tables are everywhere. You little humans thinking you inventing stuff.
Stupid.
See there? It's universal. Aliens got tables too. They got Q-tips, right? See where I'm going with this? They got push pops. They got ring pops. They got all the shit humans got, right? Wash machines, dryers. How far we gonna go with this? Sofas. How advanced are these beings? Because they ship is pretty advanced. But I'm surprised you may climb aboard that shit and trip on a can of Pringles. The aliens got a lot of human shit like scissors, screwdrivers when they operating on them. How come the aliens using tools that the government would use if they was operating on you? You sure it wasn't MK Ultra scientists that abducted y'all niggas? Cause silver tables, white lab coats, this sound like human type shit. The aliens do everything we do when we go to child trafficking and we go to abducting motherfuckers and we put them to sleep. And then we experiment with the bright light, the silver table, we get out the cut and shit. The aliens is mimicking this shit to the T. And I would think they would have like a more advanced, sophisticated process, you know. Nope, the aliens got rubber latex gloves, Sanchez. They wash their hands with soap and water. And they got the aliens got one of them little things in they ship with the little pink liquid soap in it that you push like this. And they gotta wash their hands when they doing shit. Just like humans, niggas, same thing. Hey, the aliens got one, when the aliens want to dry their hands, they don't even got the shit you blow it with the air, with the warm air. The aliens got the little thing you crank like this with the little brown paper bag napkins. Hey, the aliens using that cheap ass pink soap that's in the 7-Eleven gas stations. You know, that pink soap with the little marble pattern on it, look like it got little white marble swirls in it, and the shit's got that smell to it, you know. And the aliens drying their hand with them hard ass brown little napkin things, and they with the crank thing. In that damn fancy ass ship with a damn box of Kleenex. That's cold work, my nigga. You niggas gotta quit telling me that the alien furniture resembles ours, cause my mind just gonna go places, nigga.
And I was on a ship, and it was all metal, like a spoon. And I was looking down on my body, and my body was like chest down. I was looking at the back of my head, and there was some beings operating on my 33rd vertebrae.
How you know if they operate on the back of your head, you can't see nothing? You don't know what doing it though. But this yo.
Okay.
And I was on a ship, and it was all metal, like a spoon. And I was looking.
I want to hear this shit from the jump, man.
I was on a table, and my body was on the table.
Okay.
And I was on a ship, and it was all metal, like a spoon. And I was looking down on my body, and my body was like chest down. I was looking at the back.
So he was outside of his body while they was working on it. And when he went back into his body, he was able to see things we can't see. Now let this sink in. If the aliens are that advanced, why they just can't touch your forehead and make you see shit we can't see? Why are they cutting into you physically to put a thought in you? I can implant a thought in a motherfucker in these lectures right now. That's right. If I want to make people see things that they didn't see before they came in contact with me, I'm a syncretist. I know how to do it with information. I'm smarter than an alien. Because I know how to implant thoughts inside of y'all mind without even cutting on you, nigga. I know how to implant my thoughts and ideas in your mind. I can make you see things you didn't see before. With collages, with analogies, and sometimes with just plain out grueling, loan out conversations that are complicated, you know? But at the end of it, you walk away like, man, I see what you're saying. You see something, you didn't see it before that. I put some in your brain that wasn't there, and you can see it. Others can't, though. I gave it to you. Like them aliens did him. But I didn't cut your head open. You don't gotta cut a person's head open to put a thought in it. Walt Disney taught us that. Pastor Porkchop taught us that. Our indoctrinators taught us you don't gotta physically cut in a person's head to put a thought in their head. That's right. Look at what they doing to our kids every day. So these aliens are dumb as hell, I'm just saying. They could, like, somebody need to teach the aliens Sun Tzu. These aliens need, hey, come on now, y'all cutting to put thoughts in niggas' head? Hey, let me give, I think I missed some, let me give a shout out to Sally, man. Sally coming through again. Appreciate the love, Sally. Shout out to Kristen Smith for shout out to Kristen Smith as well, and thank you both for being members. Kristen Smith, much love to you as well, Sally. Kristen said, besides all the weapons of mass destruction, they go around punching people in the face. Hey, look here, man. Shout out to Christian. Christian, thanks for being a member. Hey, shout out to my brother Leonard Robinson. Shout out to my people in Bama. Salutes right back to you, Leonard Robinson. Thanks for being a member, and much appreciation, man, for your continued support. I appreciate all of y'all. Let me check the Cash App. I just want to let everyone know that we doing pretty good on the goal, because we have 4 of 15. Which means we only need 11 more people. So if we get 5 in an hour and 6 in an hour, that'll complete the goal. But yeah, salutes, we got 2 hours on the goal, and I appreciate y'all.
Back in my head, and there was some beings operating on my 33rd vertebrae. And it felt
my
like
brother was abducted by aliens, and he's explaining.
And they kept going like that with my I don't know what it was. Don't have me get the line, but it was right here, and it was, I could look all around me, but I couldn't look to the right. It was a being right here to the right, but it didn't look like me or you.
Yeah. I'm not buying it, my nigga. I'm not buying it.
It was a being right here to the right, but it didn't look like me or you. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was whatever it was a masculine being, and it was talking to me telepathically, and it told me it was the captain of the ship. This is a true ass story.
If the being can talk to you telepathically, it don't gotta put thoughts into your head physically by cutting you open. That's right. If the only thing that the aliens gave you was the ability to see things we can't see, and if they was able to communicate, and they already in you already, if they using telepathy, so they don't gotta physically cut into you. So like, it's just showing you like a lot just don't add up. And it's always the Hollywood typical cliche movie scenario. Green aliens abducted me with a bright white light. They sucked me into a ship with a light, mind you, with a light. And then when I got up in there, they put me on a metal table and started cutting on me. Come on, how many times we seen that in Hollywood? And it happened exactly like that with all of y'all. Wow. That's amazing. I wonder, did the director get abducted? Because he sure is accurate with what it's like when an abductee experiences this. And they were accurate years before you abductees showed up. That's such a coincidence that people who in Hollywood was changing the narrative to this same cliche story long time ago. Now you, Billy, everyone starts showing up and it happens to y'all exactly that way that the director portrayed it in the movie. Damn, that's a good director. He ain't a director, he like a prophet.
That's right.
See, y'all think that my brother's crazy, but no, he was abducted as a kid.
Like, it wouldn't
and he
identify
explaining
itself,
it.
When I asked specific questions, like, where you from? It didn't answer. And I asked him, like, what you doing? We're like, what are you doing to my body? And it was like, we fixing you. And the being asked me for my permission. I gave him my permission.
The beings is fixing you. Out of all the people in the world that's broken, the being wanted to fix young Pharaoh from Buffalo, New York. These aliens flew light years to the earth just to fix young Pharaoh. So that young Pharaoh can see things we don't see. For whatever that reason that's gonna do, I don't know. But this is interesting. These beings came a long damn way just to fix little old young Pharaoh from Buffalo, New York. And they passed by babies that's broken. These beings passed by hospitals full of sick babies. And they wanted to fix young Pharaoh even though he didn't even say he was broken. Man, that's interesting.
And then it kept touching, it kept going like this with my spine. And I kept feeling my pain increase. And I remember I was just gritting my teeth like, and it was.
Wait a minute now. This shit right here now. When these beings got your face down and your ass up, and they already opening you up. And now it's getting painful. To the point where now you gotta grit your teeth painful. This happens in Hollywood a lot, but in a different way. Not by aliens, but by directors who got niggas turned. Let me just chill. In Hollywood, after this happens to the dude, that happened, they be a better person too, but with a little pain at first. No pain, no gain. Now, if the next phase of my initiation looks like this, I'll probably never get to where I need to be, y'all. Because ain't nothing gonna cut on me, do all this, got me gritting my teeth. My back turned to you, mind you. And I'm feeling pain back here. What you doing behind me? But nevertheless, when it was done, I was happy. I was a better person because of it. This sounds like Hollywood, for real. Sounds like a Diddy artist. I'm just saying.
It was, they say they were strengthening my nervous system so that.
Listen, y'all are, your imagination going crazy. I made an example with Hollywood and Diddy. But it's all the same, just the fact that you're being violated against your will and you're causing me pain in my back parts. That can be your back, your shins, your ankles. Listen here, man. They behind you doing some shit and it hurt. That's all I'm saying.
That I could channel. And I believe that because I do channel. But it was clicking me like this. And I remember the pain was increasing and the being kept communicating with me like, are you okay? Can we keep going? I kept saying,
oh my fucking God, I can't do this, man. Hold on. You can take it. It don't hurt, do it. I'm gonna keep going, all right? Damn, listen. Listen, man, Diddy. You sure this wasn't Diddy? Nigga, like, what the fuck? Hold on.
Yeah, I could take it, and I was trying to be tough and take the pain. I remember
this shit ain't right, man. No man should have to go through this. I would have told him, look, whatever you did to me, I didn't want it done. But you're able to see things you couldn't see. Bitch, I didn't want to see it.
the pain got so excruciating, I just came back to my body and it ain't brought me back.
Do you believe that maybe you probably
Hell no, that wasn't.
had a hallucination due to all the books you were overloading your mind? All right, Wells, I am so sorry.
Oh my God, them alien abductees be like, no pain, no gain, no gain, no pain, no gain. Like, God, bro. Then Umar got abducted. Yeah, Umar Johnson got abducted. I covered it. Go check out Sit Down with Sanchez. Isn't shit. If people still take peace and love, peace and love, peace and love, we about to have us a good roast session on a Friday night. You know I got to get him. If y'all enjoying the show, drop some fireballs and some bombs in the chat room. Let's get this thing crunk, man. Help us reach our goal. Yeah, I got to get him, man. I got to get him. I got to get him, man. I got to get him. Yeah, man. This nigga waited all this time to tell us his big ass was abducted by aliens. To those who just coming in the building, man, salutes, man. I see y'all in the chat. Taz, what up, man? Matrix. Yeah, this nigga Umar waited so long. Nigga, you could have been told us this abduction story. You waited till UFOs got popular. Now your big ass got raptured up. Media, Black Girl Magic K Gomez. Yeah, we got us a good roast tonight, man. You know, if people still take this guy serious right now, wound socket truth seekers. Love from Tennessee, Redneck. Appreciate you, brother Sanchez. Hey, much love, man. Much love to my rednecks in Tennessee. I'm gonna come out there and we're gonna eat some of that good country stuff, man, and drink. You gonna get drunk as hell with them rednecks. You gonna have yourself a good time. Something wrong with them, bro. So now young Pharaoh been abducted. Listen, y'all. This is crazy. Remember how we used to say it's so fucking rare for black people to get abducted by aliens? Remember that? And about the 90s and shit. Drop Fuzzy Booger. What up? A one in the chat room. Hammers Facts. What up? Platinum Owl, man. Them gonna be showing some love to y'all. Lord Spike, I see you. Tweez Lamar. All my channel members deep up in this joint. We got Marty up in here. Who else up in here? Green, Ed G. All of my members, type something right quick. Adam H. Shout out to the channel members, man. Y'all, it's different ranks, man. Trying to see who the highest ranking channel member in here tonight, man. Salutes to y'all. Hey, shout out that Neutrino official channel from ATL. We gotta start building a network and running up the bag with each other, man. We gotta do something. Water Style said this is a fire stream. Appreciate that, man, because you know what? I've been sitting on this one. Everybody been waiting for the abductee stream. I thought it'll be bigger than the other ones. But this old video, I don't know how I was the only one let Umar get away from this. Check this out, y'all. This was an epic roast. I won't play it all. If you rocking with Bro Sanchez, you know I'm not making that up. Come on, Taz. Tell them, come on, how many of y'all can really vouch for this shit? In the 90s, Virgo, these niggas look at dogs on. No, that's the God's Army. My bad, I looked at it wrong. The God's Army 337. Love you too, bro. Appreciate the love. Sally McDermott in the house. Peace and love. MT Slicer. Hey man, if you new in the house, hit the like and share button. We got the OG Charlie in the house. What up, Charlie? Brazzy 803, flat power, back to you. Niggas was making jokes about why don't the UFOs ever abduct black people? Come on, drop a one if I'm telling the truth about that. That is a fact. And this was not too long ago. Drop a one. One niggas making jokes about black folks don't get abducted. Only white folks get abducted. Wasn't that a major like little comedian point, y'all? It still say that. Check this out, right? A lot of comedians still do that. All these niggas. I remember my favorite joke. I forgot what comedian said it. He was like, "Why come aliens?" And he was like, "And all of these white folks getting abducted by aliens. How come aliens don't never abduct black folks? How come that UFO ship never come to the hood?" They probably know because niggas will rob their ass and niggas will be, you know, taking the rims off the spaceship. I remember I was young as hell, man. I think that was like Def Comedy Jam or something. But that was like the funniest UFO joke I heard. Say how niggas will be stealing parts off the UFO ship if they park that bitch in the hood. Hey, shout out to say yeah. Nana Pahana, yeah. Bro, hey man, I need to really review this one. 3 hours, I can't play it all, but this shit will have your stomach tight laughing. Shout out to Neezy, Nezzy 808, much love. Yeah, man, he said the name of the alien was Nana Pahana. Oh, his shit's funny, man. And hold on a second. He named it. Now think about this, how you know it's some bullshit now. The alien come visit Umar, and the alien just so happened to have an African name. You know he lying, right? Listen, bro. So this alien came from light years away, and it show up to visit a Pan-African, and it got an African name, Nana Pahana, from Nigeria. You fucking liar. This shit here is so crazy, man. Nana Pahana. On a black person, why would it be the Prince of Pan-Africanism? Right. And y'all mean to tell me that Umar got abducted? That's one on the list to say that he was abducted by aliens. Now, it's very rare that aliens come to the hood. It's very rare that aliens abduct black people. And then again, if they gonna abduct a black person, why would it be the Prince of Pan-Africanism? And y'all mean to tell me that Umar got abducted by aliens came to visit him before Mama Oshun did? Aliens came to visit Umar before the spirit of Marcus Garvey. Aliens came and visited Umar before Frederick Douglass, y'all. Before any of the spirits of the founding fathers who he founded his school off of, none of them niggas ain't came back to visit Papa. I told a story about when my grandmother died, her spirit came and visited me. The real woke people don't get interviewed because we literally got visited by the dead, and we can prove that life is after death and that the dead ain't going nowhere. Drop a one in the chat room if you've been visited by a dead loved one. The numbers are crazy, and I believe everybody that drop a one, because guess what? It's more common than you think. That's right. It's so many people that have seen dead loved ones in their dreams they've been visited. That shit common. People don't even talk about it because they know ain't nobody gonna care. But if they say that they was visited by an alien, everybody want to interview them. See, the truth is we've contacted the dead and they talking about contacted aliens. Our ancestors was trying to communicate with the other side. And y'all on some bullshit with little green men, because they deflecting from the real people who got the real message. They deflecting from the real ones who really got their third eye open, because the dead don't come to closed-minded people. That if your loved one from the dead came and visit you, it's some about you different than everybody else in the family. And look where the hell you at tonight. The portal got to be open for them to visit you. Guess what the portal is? An open mind. See, a lot of folks don't believe in their dead loved ones, but they believe in Jesus. A lot of us woke folks, we know our dead loved ones ain't going nowhere. And when they pass away, they know you know that. They know I can go holler at Sanchez. I can go holler at. You build a barrier around you from the dead with your false beliefs. That's my theory. I think that we can communicate with the dead, but it's how much is out. It ain't the dead reason we can't communicate with them. It's us. We've silenced off that realm in our ego. In our, we so sure that they're gone and we're separated. They're there, we're here, and that what creates the division. I think that the ancients' minds was different than ours. And because of that, they had a portal open in between the dead and the living. There was no distinction. That's just my theory. But UFOs have. UFOs travel light years across the goddamn galaxy, across the universe, light years across the universe to come holler at young Pharaoh and Umar Johnson. People y'all know it's only crazy motherfuckers that say they been abducted by aliens. You know, if a motherfucker go on record stating that they been abducted by aliens, they ain't got no business handling with your goddamn children. You don't need a nigga who was abducted by aliens around your children. I keep telling folks that all of the alien abductees, we need to put their ass. You know what we gonna do, y'all? Type it in the chat room. Where we need to quarantine the goddamn abductees at. Y'all wanna, who got some good ideas? Alcatraz. What's a good island? It got to be remote. Because we got to quarantine it. You done came in contact with these entities. So drop it in the chat room. I'm gonna be reading y'all's goddamn ideas. Where we gotta quarantine these abductees at, chat? Where we putting these niggas at? Because if he is telling the truth, you don't know what the fuck them aliens did to him. No, don't put him on Epstein Island. Oh my God, I think we got an early winner, nigga. Hold up. Somebody said put him on Epstein. Y'all hell, nigga, my chat lit tonight, nigga. Hold up. My chat on fire tonight, boy. Hey, y'all ass is stupider than me, nigga. I thought I was crazy. Hold up. Y'all motherfucking imagination's crazy. This nigga said put him on Epstein Island, Guantanamo Bay. I think, hey, Epstein Island, Rikers? Hold up, though. Rikers is a good one, too. We gotta quarantine these motherfuckers. I think Epstein Island was a fire one, though. Put them niggas on Ep Island. Nigga telling the truth, he might get some alien. I'm talking about the Ep Island when Ep was alive, nigga. Let them get hold and juice on your goddamn children. Alligator Island, yeah, it's full of gators, ain't it? And it's a snake island, too, that's full of poisonous snakes. Listen, we don't want to kill them because we got to study these niggas. We got to study their genetics and shit, but we don't want it to leak into the public. So Epstein Island is actually a good one. We can't kill them because the Sentinelese people gonna kill them quick. We can't kill them. Hey, if this nigga telling the truth, y'all hell, man. I hope he ain't telling the truth. He just disqualified himself as a preacher of a school. Nigga, you need to be motherfucking quarantined. Y'all niggas the one putting these diseases in society. Hold up, no. We are not putting them niggas in the Grand Canyon because that shit is beautiful, natural land. In fact, we need to run them fake ass Indians up out the Grand Canyon that squat down there. You know, it's a whole hidden little tribe down there. You know, we don't need them niggas polluting up the Grand Canyon. In fact, we need to go be reclaiming the Grand Canyon because it's another Egypt in America, even though it ain't Egypt, it's Tartaria. But that's another stream we gonna talk about. I got a whole Grand Canyon stream coming up that y'all better be on the lookout for real. And shit, niggas like you, young Pharaoh, y'all going up there fucking them aliens sticking probes in your asses and shit, and then you're coming back down here looking for. Hey man, I didn't even know I was going this hard, man. Bro, what the hell? No, I can't play this no more. Listen. If y'all want to watch this, go watch Sit Down with Sanchez. This shit 2 years old. Listen, I've been on this alien shit, man. I think it's a psyop. And I think it's black people with the boule that's in on it too. I'm going to fast forward this. You know, the older me was a bit more unfiltered. I was uncut. So the newer me trying to keep my monetization, goddamn it. Shit, talking about they been abducted by aliens. Ain't no other people in black America saying this shit but them. And pay attention, because it's gonna be some more niggas say that they was abducted too. And this whole I was abducted group is a secret society of goddamn grifters. They say if you tell a lie big enough, people. But I was on they ass there, nigga. God, no homo. I can't play this, man. I was a beast then. I didn't care. I care now, nigga. Hey, listen. With age come wisdom. I want to keep my monetization. But yeah, that one right there was unfiltered. Go and check that out, man. Then you got Billy Carson.
I'm not one of the first, because I know there was
fake ass tears. This is crazy. And if you look at the comment section, people eat this up. I told y'all it is a religion. Look at this. This dude deserves a mature host. This is exactly why people won't open up about their paranormal experiences. See what I'm saying? His emotions right here will tell you he's not lying. Notice the sweat on the forehead, people. Do y'all see this, man? Do y'all see this right here? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? And look, Killer Mike pushing the alien thing. Look.
My name's Michael Render. They call me Killer Mike.
Killer Mike pushing it again. All of your celebrities. All of the biggest names and channels are gonna gravitate toward the alien thing. Now, keep in mind, these people wear Jesus faces, Christian crosses. They claim to be Christians, a lot of them. Atlanta is the Bible Belt. At the same time, they will push the Antichrist agenda and the New World Order agenda. I told y'all. And look at Killer Mike pose right here. Look at his hands. All of these niggas that's connected with the cabal, my nigga, that's who we at war with. We standing on behalf of the ancestors. They're standing on behalf of the machine and the system, bro, for real. What kind of think about how Killer Mike always been an agent too. a fat agent. And the thing about them, what I don't get is how the fuck are you even, your fat ass, interested in aliens? Killer Mike want to sit down with a nigga and hear about his abduction story. Corny shit. Atlanta falling apart and you want to talk about aliens. Shit that I be talking about, like all of your celebrities pushing the narratives to stay in the bed and in cahoots with the cabal. And guess what? I'm going to tell you something about me. I'm going to do hip hop. I'm going to express culture. I'm going to make art. And I'm going to still have my foot on the neck of the beast. I'm not an industry nigga. We live in a digital age now where we can be independent and grassroots. I'm at the mercy of the people to push me. Because the machine ain't going to do it. I've waged war against it. So, back to what I was saying, though. I just showed you a comment where the brother said in the comment section, you can tell Billy Carson ain't lying because look at how he's crying and how his forehead's sweating. Now, watch this. People are going to accept this agenda because of stories. And the agents know that. They know psychology. Because we did it with the Bible. They know they can just slip this new religion right in there. This would be the religion for the atheist or the religion for the non-religious person too. So in this one world religion, it'll have every religious system and the people that previously didn't even believe in God. They will now accept a higher power being aliens though, even the atheists. Because the atheists have already accepted the concept of space aliens and all that as science. Nobody thinks UFOs is a religion. They think it's just science, you know. How can we be alone? But it's the ultimate deception, y'all. It's one of the greatest tricks of the enemy to hide itself. And your celebrity is going to push it faithfully. And people going to accept it because of these stories like what Billy Carson gives. They're going to accept it. They're going to accept that he's a good actor. He's know how to, you know, cry and go into, you know, these things when they got me, man. You know, let's see what the comment section got. I don't know if he even told his alien abductee thing on this one. But these, I don't believe it one bit. I'm a skeptic. And look at what they're doing, y'all. They trying to blackball me in the black conscious community. I just want to take a minute to show you what's happening to me. All of the platforms with my peers act like I don't exist and they don't know me. It's because my message is a threat to everything they've built in the black conscious community. Aliens, melanin, evolution, the caveman theory, the white man, all this stuff. It's a threat. The people with the truth, if they message get out, physics books gotta be rewritten. That's right. Bibles gotta be reinterpreted. That's right. Everything we thought was true gotta be redefined. And we now got to bow down and say the ancestors was right the whole time. And the people who was coming in the name of the ancestors wasn't. They was coming in the name of ufology and the Zionist agenda. See them a mile away. They ain't teaching about the firmament and the ether. They teaching that something coming to the earth, like aliens. Ain't no firm. And Billy Carson got a video about the firmament, which make his shit hypocritical, because how do aliens make it through the firmament? So, again, stories gonna make the world accept it. If the people can tell the story good enough, like Billy Carson and Young Pharaoh. I think somebody just sent in a donation on Cash App. We go get ready to clap it up for them. Let me see. Because I got my phone alerting me. Think so. But we finna break it down, man. I got some more notes to read as well. Like and share the video, by the way, guys. Let me play. Well, actually, I don't want to play Killer Mike stuff and forbidden knowledge. I got a feeling that we can get copywritten. One Reed, thank you for the Cash App donation. For always putting in work. Thank you. That's what he said. I got the Cash App donation. One Reed, appreciate you. Let me explain some of y'all testimonies, witness accounts, emotional encounters. That's what Pharaoh doing. That's what Billy Carson doing. Personal revelations. Everybody don't got to experience it. We will say it's real just because we heard this story. People are dumbed down. That's called faith structure. And I want people to think about something uncomfortable tonight. Believing in aliens solely because a few abductees claim personal experiences is psychologically not very different from believing in religious miracles because a few people claim spiritual experiences. Again, this is just another religion. The structure is identical. Because personal testimony becomes sacred evidence. You know, personal testimony basically becomes sacred evidence. And once enough people emotionally invest in those testimonies, entire communities form around them. Then comes doctrine. Then comes evangelism. Then comes authority figures. Then comes division between believers and skeptics. Then comes social pressure to accept the narrative. This the New World Order agenda. And I'm telling you something. The Billy Carsons and Young Pharaohs, the reason they're so successful in this space is because, in my theory, I think a lot of these guys are plants to sell the ultimate New World Order narrative. Yes, there are secretive societies and brotherhoods that know the agenda. And they've signed up to lace their pockets to help sell the agenda. And if I'm wrong about that, either way, they're still selling into the agenda, whether they do it ignorantly or willingly knowing. I'm right about them serving the agenda. What I'm guessing about is, why are they serving it? I think that they connected. So it's the same framework, and I believe we're going to see a massive rise in modern false prophets connected to this movement. That's right. People claiming direct communication with higher intelligences. You know, people claiming they've received warnings for humanity. People claiming secret knowledge about Earth's future. Stuff like that. We could watch some more alien abductee videos and you'll see all of the abductees do the same thing. It was painful. It was unbearable. It was scary. But I would do it all over again because it made me a better person. It's got me doing these interviews, making money. because I don't see how the aliens gave you no superpower. What they did was give you clout and got you making this money with these interviews. You know, so all of them do the same thing. I know stuff you don't know. The alien showed me a vision, you know. And people gonna fall for it. People said the alien told me to give me all the money in your pocket right now. That's when motherfuckers gonna question it. That's what I don't understand about people. They will watch the internet and believe all that shit. But if they son right now said, "Mama, I got abducted by aliens," boy, I think your ass need to take a nap now. Sit your ass down. But they will look at Billy Carson and be, man, Billy Carson's so deep. I believe in aliens. Why would this man lie? He's crying. Look at him. But if they goddamn son come in the room and say, "Daddy, I got abducted too," I don't believe you, son. Prove it. You for real? Tell me I'm lying. These people will make their own blood relative prove it, but they wouldn't make the internet personality prove it. That's right. They'll defend them niggas. So why would he lie about it, Sanchez? Let somebody in real life tell him that. Bro, I just got abducted. Nigga, you lying. Telling you. People are fucking weird, man. I don't know. The internet just made people so much more easy to program and just so much stupider. I know that ain't a word. I just like the way it feel on my mouth. It feel like Jupiter, but without the J, you just put a ST and it becomes stupider. That could be a planet and we can put all the dumbasses on it. So, because society is spiritually confused right now, and that's by design, unfortunately, many people gonna follow these false prophets, especially if worldwide instability increases. And while that's happening, you got the higher ups buying into the agenda, the scientists, the Vatican, the theologians, the pastors, the black conscious personalities. Come on, man. It's becoming normalized. Think about this. Just a few years ago, black people would joke on you saying you're an alien abductee. Just a few years ago, black people used to say, "How come aliens don't abduct black folks?" Now, right now, they taking what Billy Carson said, hook, line, and sinker. You really can take one black man and make him the face of this shit and sell it to your whole fucking race that once was skeptical. And we're seeing that happen. You can parade this handful of niggas around, Young Pharaoh, Billy Carson, the other people, Stephen Greer. You don't need nothing but less than 10 motherfuckers, and they can convince regions of people, millions of people that was skeptical overnight to just normalize it. Like, yeah, man, aliens gotta be real. I'm convinced now. Did you see that Billy Carson video? Have you ever heard of Young Pharaoh, my brother? Watch this video, man. I'm telling him aliens are real. Watch this video right here. This is Billy Carson. You never heard of him? Watch this video, bro. I'm telling you about aliens. Check this out. Telling you, that's my proof. That's evidence. 100% proof. Look at them tears. Look at that sweat. Why would he lie? People dumb down. That's all they need. That's all they need. I might lie like you know what we ought to do? I'm gonna tell you. I thought about this, and before I read the next notes, let me ask y'all something. I thought of a way we can combat this whole movement. And I said to myself, how could we stop this shit? Because they're blowing up. It was another abductee invited on a show the other day, 6 days ago. It's already over 250,000 views. The abductees are becoming rock stars, y'all. And I said to myself, we can stop this. You know how we can do it? We can all become abductees, nigga. And we can just muddy the waters and oversaturate the story. Once everybody and they mama come out saying, I got abducted too, then they gonna start questioning the shit because they gonna have to. They gonna say, wait a minute now. Everybody got abducted. So all of y'all, everybody now. So the aliens just abducting hundreds of people all of a sudden. I'm telling you right now, if the internet hopped on this experiment, it will really put the fire and see if this shit a lie or not. If you believe his story, why you gonna question mine? That's right. You ain't question Billy Carson. So everybody can just say we got abducted and go get this bread, man. They paying money for interviews. Only thing you losing is people gonna say, you heard about such and such, man, that nigga crazy. He say he got abducted. You may look a little weird, but shit, you can go making your rounds, getting this money. This can be a career. You can write a book on it. But Sanchez, I'm lying. So? They're lying, nigga. Get this bread. What's wrong with you? I may fucking become an abductee. And can't nobody tell me I'm lying because we're doing our own psychological operation. Everybody, let's say we got abducted so that nobody can monopolize this narrative. So now we don't got no rock stars. It's just a normal thing. We ain't gonna just make y'all the rock stars because listen, if the aliens abducting one human, why they can't abduct hundreds? If they successfully abducted 10 of y'all, who's to say they just stopped with Billy Carson and Young Pharaoh? They abducted me too, nigga. Tasha K, I want my interview. I'm for real, man. Y'all only care about Young Pharaoh? They cut my back open too. I want to tell my story too. Come on now, you should care about everybody. It's the humans versus the aliens. Every child need to be attended to. What they say, if the aliens abduct one of us, they abduct all of us. And guess what? Every abductee story need to be taken serious, just like a woman screaming grape. They abducted me too. It graped me too now. Now, if you gonna invite one victim on there, you don't turn the other one down, Tasha K. I got abducted. I want to interview. I want to be interviewed. I want y'all to put it out there that Bro Sanchez got abducted by an alien last night. I want to tell my story. I just came out the closet with it. I've been going against this shit for years. I've been a skeptic because I never wanted to tell nobody that I too was violated, man. And I want to get in with this thing for real. If everyone do this shit, y'all, we'll water it down overnight. But you got to put your videos out there and keep putting it out there and letting it be known. And in the end, we'll come out and see if we successful or not and see if we got to keep going or whatever. But if a whole bunch of goddamn YouTubers just say, I got abducted, I got abducted, I got abducted, they won't look special no more. That's right. You won't even get no clout no more, Billy. For real. Here we go again with Billy Carson, the only black nigga that's been abducted in the whole world. The aliens don't go get no niggas from India or Canada. The aliens ain't abducted now one black Canadian man. They only deal with American niggas and Pan-Africans and Billy Carsons and Young Pharaohs, niggas that just happen to be in the black conscious community. The aliens ain't abducted one Christian pastor. These aliens stupid as hell because these aliens are abducting people that already believe in aliens. Why not abduct a skeptic like me, nigga? Why not abduct a Christian pastor and let him know that angels are aliens? Go get all the big pastors and they can put it out to their congregation. The aliens dumb as hell, man. I will be abducting rappers, celebrities. These the people with the voice that can put my message out there, man. Yeah, I'm going to abduct the president of the United States. And when he come out and say he's an abductee, we know shit hitting the fan. When Trump say, I got abducted by aliens, and it wasn't Elon, and it wasn't that filthy, stinky Obama, and you know, I got shot at a rally in Philly, but I healed quickly. I healed quickly. And it's because the aliens, they abducted me last night. I had to say, Elon, is this your people? They probed me. I said, you know, that Biden, he's just filthy, you know. Because, you know, the aliens never abducted the Democrats. It just seems like these aliens only want to abduct Republicans. And, you know, it's just tell you, you know, we heal quickly. We're built for it. We heal quickly. You know, I tell you, I'm going to make this thing great because I tell you, you got to ask yourself, why don't the aliens abduct that Obama? You know, this is what I'm just saying, man. Like, bro, when Trump come out and say he's been abducted, we know this shit has gone topsy-turvy, sir. Now, let's get back to the notes. Because the shit ain't far off, you dig? Now, listen up. See, we may be seeing the birth of a new world belief system that's built for the modern technological age. A religion dressed up as science. A spiritual framework disguised as disclosure. And the reason it spreads so effectively is because modern society thinks it has escaped religion while unconsciously rebuilding the exact same psychological structures under different names. That's right! Come on, man. These some fire notes I'm giving y'all, bro. Like and share this joint too. Another thing that people need to notice with all of this too, right? Another thing people need to notice with this, another pattern, I should say, is in every major religion in history, they don't just have prophets and revelations. They have martyrs, people that die for the religion, right? That's very common. People connected to the movement who suffer, disappear, they're persecuted, mocked, attacked, and people who mysteriously die, right? Because martyrdom emotionally strengthens belief systems. That's right! Once people feel that they're trying to silence the truth, and the movement becomes emotionally protected at that point. And look at how quickly criticism inside of UFO culture becomes moralized, right? People tell you all the time, just like I was looking in the chat, in the comment section with the Billy Carson video when he told his story, people are sympathizing with the abductees. They're looking at you like a jerk by saying, I don't believe this nigga got abducted. So skepticism is becoming demonized through emotionalism. Does that make sense? Let me look at the chat. Skepticism will become demonized through emotionalism. The skeptic will be crucified in this new age with the rise of this new religion because the emotional stories that the victims are. I mean, these are very emotional stories. You're being operated on against your will. And no one regret this because they took the sacrifice to be able to confirm to humanity, we're not alone. People, this ain't nothing to play with. I'm giving you some very important stuff tonight in this stream. Now, I hope you can share it out there with other people to see what we're teaching here tonight is concerning. We seeing the narrative get pushed this way. Yeah, man, we're seeing it unfold just the way I'm describing here. And look at your internet here. This is recent content, people. There's nothing on this list that's really over 2 years old like that. This one from Joe Rogan is pretty old. But basically, you got old and new. They've been pushing this narrative of, wow, they're consistent. This one 6 days ago. Look at the views. And the public is eating this up. They're going to sympathize with the abductees, and they're going to go against the skeptics. You see? The most convincing alien abduction story. See, we're in an age now where people want to be convinced. They don't want proof and evidence because proof and evidence shows aliens ain't real. Aliens are only real from a religious perspective, meaning if you believe in it, like Jesus. And in order for you to believe in it, guess what? Belief don't come through evidence. It comes through persuasion and convincing. And that's what we see happening in the world. Look at this.
Believable and most famous alien.
10 million views. People looking for what's believable, not what's provable, y'all. It shows you we've reached an all-time low with human intellect. This stuff is popular, man. You hear me? And anybody going against it, skeptical like me, you're gonna get crucified and you're very outnumbered. Okay? Check what this dude said. Imagine having the worst day of your life and no one believed you. Look at this. I told you. I told you. You feel me? Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in a universe or we are not. Both are equally terrifying. That ain't my mentality. I'm not a scary cat. Listen, this how I look at life, man. If we're alone, we're alone. We got each other, nigga. It's amazing to me that humans want to make contact with non-humans so bad and make friends with non-humans while we in the midst of civil war. We in the midst of racial division. Every race right now, whether you black or white, humans have lost our humanity while saying we want to make contact with something non-human. We're non-human. We're non-human. Humans have not united with each other. We're at the brink of World War III, but everybody is excited to meet an ET. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine living in the house where the whole house fight each other every day, but everybody want company to come over? Nobody in the house can get along, but we want some new people to come live in the house with us. When we ain't at peace with each other in the house. What's so crazy, we can't prove that we're not alone. And the terminology of us being alone when we got each other is psychological programming, man. We ain't alone, we got each other. Point blank, period. It's a scary cat way of thinking. If we are alone, that's scary. I'm all by myself. Man, we right here with you. Bring your scary ass here and hit the blunt, nigga. If we alone, we'll be fine. We in paradise by ourselves, nigga. We don't got to share it with no green stanky motherfuckers. They might want the atmosphere to be a little bit adjusted. They may want the water to be a little different. If we're alone on this earth as humans, hey, I'm fine with that. That sound good to me. I don't want it to be no other shit here with us. And we can't prove it either. And if it is something here with us and we can't see it, then it's blending in with us, like I just said. Ain't nothing terrifying about none of it. You gotta be mature about this shit. You just gotta be mature about it. But they always programming y'all with a fight or flight response. Just crazy. So let me continue with the notes. Y'all can look at some of these. I'm just going through the comments. Just to see, you know, you see that people want this to be true. Be right back. Want it to be true. Yeah, man, let me go back to the notes. I don't think we're going to, where we at on our goal? We got an hour left. And if 11 people send in $20, we will complete the goal. But no pressure, no pressure. Please just hit the like button to the least. We appreciate you guys. Let me read some to you from my notes. The UFO movement is emotionally protected because they put a human face on it, and the human face is the abductees. If a person say aliens ain't real, I don't believe in them, these people are gonna emotionally revert back to the abductee story, and they're gonna feel like you're being a jerk to all of the people who came in contact with them. You feel me? Because it ain't that they're using proof. They're using emotionalism, and that's how all new religions are formed. People gotta be mocked and spit on, and we don't believe you, and you gotta make the non-believers look wrong, versus the fact that, hey, we just don't have no proof. Belief ain't facts. And a few people making a claim shouldn't bring the entire world into a new reality. That's a false reality. And they can do it, believe it or not. A handful of people can change the narrative in the whole world. We see that with the space program. This is the new space program, and the abductees is the new astronauts. It ain't about believing the people that's going to space. It's about believing the people that's going up into the UFO ship. So if you question the alien narrative, people instantly attack your character. They say, you think humans are alone in the universe? That's arrogant. That's ego. You closed-minded. But notice the false framing. Because rejecting the Hollywood alien narrative does not automatically mean somebody think humanity is alone. That's right. But that's what they say. You don't believe in other beings being here? I do, but I don't believe in green aliens. I think they're non-player characters. They still gonna judge you, be mad at you, because the only narrative we can accept is the green alien shit. That ought to be proof and a red flag that that's the controls narrative. That's right. You closed-minded. Yeah, just because I reject the Hollywood alien narrative don't mean that, you know, I think we're alone. It's two completely different ideas. I personally don't think humanity understands reality fully at all. I just don't automatically leap from there's a strange phenomena to green ETs from another galaxy are visiting Earth. That's a massive jump. Honestly, what if the real non-human forces operating on Earth look like us? That possibility gets almost no attention because the culture keeps pushing cartoon alien imagery constantly through liars like Billy and other ones. Psychologically, that propaganda serves a purpose because the more people imagine aliens as giant-headed creatures and flying saucers, the less likely they are to question human systems, human institutions, or human-looking entities operating right in front of them. Now notice something else happening. Around this same time period, we have the rise of mysterious scientist stories about people going up missing researchers, whistleblower fear narratives, and people connected to forbidden knowledge suddenly becoming symbolic figures online. Again, that creates the emotional structure of martyrdom. These people knew too much, right? They were silenced. They disappeared. They were attacked for telling the truth. That's what people gonna think. And all of this world is a stage and people reacting to the false puppet show, and they're being programmed to go along with the New World Order agenda. Whether every story is true or not is almost secondary psychologically, because the stories themselves reinforce the mythology. That's how belief systems grow. The movement gains prophets, revelations, sacred knowledge, heretics, martyrs, and enemies. Same structure, different language. And once a belief system gains emotional martyrdom, followers become even more invested because skepticism now feels like participating in oppression. Now the movement no longer sees itself as simply discussing UFOs. It began seeing itself as defending the truth against evil forces suppressing revelations from these lying ass abductees. Now you look like he's trying to silence a whistleblower. This person telling the abductee story and the skeptic, is pushing against it. That's where we go. Well, we already there. So that's all of that is religious psychology. I think people need to recognize how rapidly modern UFO culture is evolving beyond curiosity and into identity, spirituality, and emotional belief systems. It's no longer a skeptical thing or a curious topic. It's more of a you gotta be stupid if you don't believe it type thing. We're at the crossover point where it's being weaponized against the skeptics. Now they are bold enough. Now they got us there. It took about a decade, especially with black people, but with enough interviews like this, enough celebrities pushing it like Killer Mike, Tasha K, the big names, it don't take long to normalize it within a group of people, even if that group of people was the most skeptical group. Because we're like night and day, black people. I thought you would never be able to convince black people to believe in aliens. We was the most skeptical group out of everyone, but here we are now, and it didn't take a lot of people either. Just a handful of people and narratives. Once a narrative becomes spiritually charged, logic alone no longer controls it. Emotion does. That's right! So that's it for today's information. I do have another one that we got a lot. This alien narrative is very important. People distracted with all kind of stuff. But trust me, the stuff I'm telling you in this thing, we're seeing it roll out, and is gonna be crazy when you look up and see this new system, this new religion normalized. Like, it's spreading slowly but surely. And you're gonna just look up and say, damn, where am I? Yeah. Yeah. And I just want to say thank you to everyone that supported the show, whether you did it via Cash App or Super Chat. I do appreciate you guys. If you want to keep the stream rolling for like 30 minutes to an hour, then people help us reach our goal. Because the goal has an hour left and I'm done with the stream. And we can actually stay here for another hour and let the callers call in if y'all would like to. But we ask that you guys help us reach our goal, and the goal will extend the show. I'm opening up Zoom now, just in case. If you guys would like to help us reach the goal, extend the show, somebody send a donation, and that will extend the show about 15, 20 more minutes. Somebody send one, you know, you put the quarter in the game to keep the shit going. Because I can't be here for too long. You know, I got a life, but if you guys would like me to, you know, I don't mind if you help reach the goal. So salutes everybody. Let's look at the poll. Is UFO disclosure becoming a new religion? 500 people voted. 81% said yes, man. We feel you, Sanchez, and we tracking. We outside. We outside and we see what's going on in these streets. A lot of people blind to it, man. I appreciate y'all. And we don't have, and trust me, y'all don't got to extend it because I do gotta get out of here. But if y'all do decide, we'll keep it going about another hour. I do have another one, and it's gonna go more into what that religion gonna be like. We're gonna go even deeper into the religious side. So people are sending in donations to extend the show, and they, you know, I don't mind at all. I'm opening up the Zoom now. We're gonna drop the link for people to call in. I want to shed some love to the people who sending in the donations. D-Dub exclusive. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love. COH757. I appreciate the love. Voodoo Child. I appreciate the love. Voodoo Child says, skin in the game, brother. D-Dub sent another one in. I appreciate the love. I wonder why the donation goal ain't moving. Oh, maybe it come late. D-Dub, appreciate you. Stay Low Key said, appreciate the show. Appreciate you, Stay Low Key. Appreciate y'all so much. We're going to keep the show rolling. The Zoom call is open. If you would like to call in, thank the people there who donated to the show for extending the show. Thank the people that donated, guys. I appreciate the chat room for thanking the sponsors of the show. D-Dub sent in another super chat, man. That's awesome. For sure, man. He said, let's get it, chat. Yeah, we basically, the goal should be moving forward. It is still at 4. Let me see where we at. Yeah, it ain't counting them. I don't know. They may need to fix that, but I ain't gonna trip on it. Did I drop the link? Yep, I dropped the link. We waiting on the first callers. Waiting on the first callers, man. Come on up. Let me pin it too, by the way. Pin that link. Oh yes, I heard my phone vibrate, and I'm guessing someone may have sent in some support via Cash App. Let me acknowledge. Let me acknowledge the people on Cash App as well. I have the phone right here, and yeah, we got a Cash App from Patrick Davis. Okay, and we also got a Cash App from Stephen Martinez. Thank you. I appreciate you guys very much. I'm allowing the first caller on now. Thanks guys for opening the call lines. Who is this?
Jojo Gadget.
Jojo Gadget. Welcome to the call. Talk to him. Thank you for joining.
All right, so you brought up something that made me really think. I work with a lot of old people as far as like seniors, and I've always wondered why people or our media or our generations, they always tell you not to listen to older people. They don't know what they're talking about. They're old and they're foolish. And it finally made sense to me as you were talking, really, because Steven Spielberg did E.T., right? And it's funny now that as of recently, I just saw that he has a new movie coming out called Disclosure Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reading about syncretism where like I didn't see the full trailer, but in the trailer, it is showing how this reporter has found out some information and they're trying to get him. And then they show like little kids with alien hands touching them, doing something to them. So just looking at that, like full circle syncretism to the fullest. So easy, and it's just so obvious. That part that bothers me the most about it.
Bro, I did not know. And the name of it is Disclosure. In the
It's called
light of
Disclosure
all
Day.
this,
Disclosure
man,
Day.
this
Like
world,
Independence Day?
yeah,
Like
bro.
Independence Day, Disclosure Day. I thought that was
It's
pretty
like
interesting.
the big day. So the whole movie is saying the big day when the president come out and say, "Yep, we've contacted him," huh?
Correct. So I'm looking at it like this.
Wow, bro. Cause look,
You have to
you know,
go ahead.
okay, yeah, talk to him, cause bro, go ahead, yeah, do your
I'm
thing.
sorry to interrupt you, but this is my thought
No,
process.
okay. Yeah.
What I know about movies, it takes at least a year or so to make a movie. It takes a couple years, a lot of times, before scripts are actually made into movies.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell that you perfectly time this to come in with the same where we are as far as the temperature. As far as you perfectly time this, it's impossible.
It's
There's
impossible.
no way. You would have had to know ahead of time, or you already knew the play and it was already written. And by that time it came, it was already to go. You need to film it.
And listen, people be like, don't go to the movies and giving up, man, they gonna make their money. We going to watch the movie because real talk, they telling you to see, here go the thing, when you woke, you don't go to the news to see what's going on and what's gonna happen. You go to the movies.
All right.
I'm telling you, bro, if you watch Hollywood and take it serious like it's the news from an esoteric level, you'll know all the shit they doing for real, secretive, all what they about to do. Seriously,
well, it's kind of simple that when I think about it, because the easiest way to program is go through the subconscious by showing images, right? So it just makes logical sense that this is what I would do, and I gear people up for things. Now, I'm gonna tell you this: I grew up loving Star Wars, and I know there's equally amount of people who love Star Trek. You mean to tell me people ain't ready to see some aliens? You've been
they can't
primed for the
wait.
last 20 or 30 years.
Facts.
I know this because, Star Wars came out in like 1976. So if you look at it, 1976, now we're in 2026. That's about the time frame it would take about 30 years to prime a group of people for something that they thought they would never see.
Yep.
Same thing with the Vatican jumping on board.
And the timing, they doing a good job because they may be not behind schedule, but over schedule. Like, they probably predicted that it would probably take them more time to normalize aliens, because I'm telling you, I've been following this shit since a child.
Right.
A decade ago, black folks, you couldn't sell us no alien stuff. We had comedians joking on it. Now
You
today,
were on drugs.
right, just
You were
in
on
10
drugs, for sure.
years, in 10 years, black folks will tell you something wrong with you for not believing in it. That's like night and day. I think that's crazy.
Yeah, it just kind of like the fact that I think that I hate to say this, but dumber as a group,
Oh yeah.
they can make it obvious. Like for
Yeah.
people I hate saying woke, but the people who have the thought process to see through things,
Mhm.
like it's so obvious, it makes you mad. Like, what? Come on. Like, there's no way. There's no way that
Yeah.
it could be obvious to the masses, but we're so dumbed down that we just see it as entertainment.
There you go. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to JoJo Gadget coming on with that fire, man. And shout out to the brother Zappo, man. Shout out to everybody. MK Ultra Volta. Santos, my brother, welcome back. And shout out to Michael Tabanile. Anybody can unmute and grab the floor.
I just got
Welcome to-
one last question for you, Sanchez, real quick. Is it safe to say that anything that has a cult following is a religion?
Oh, man. I mean, it's how I would define cult following. So a cult following, if it's looked at just, if a cult is a belief system with no evidence that's backed up the way we described tonight with martyrdom, psychological operations, emotionalism, and like, you know, everything we see here, then yes. But at the same time, man, that question, I can't make it so cut and dry because, well, I don't know, man. I'm just saying it depends on how a person would define cult following.
Gotcha. Can I use an example? Like, I can almost say to a certain degree, the Grateful Dead is a religion because they have a cult following. They follow them all around the country, believe in everything they say, and none of that can be proven what they're saying in their lyrics. Same thing with rap. Like,
right.
I don't believe that every one of these rappers got 200 bodies. So I'm following you, going to your concerts, listen to all your music. You know, I've seen people fight over rappers like Drake and Kendrick, where people are going to blows and shooting it just over something. And
then you see the rappers pushing the alien agenda, but it's indirectly. Like they may have on a UFO T-shirt or maybe a, you know, something in the video, or maybe even say a rhyme like, you know, my head spinning like a fly. I mean, rappers can subtly push the agenda, and what'll happen is it'll still make that geographic resonate with the idea that, yes, we're not alone in this green man. If that makes any sense, you know.
No, it does, because if you look at it, and I hate to say this, all music for the most part, secular for sure, promotes a drug. So if you're promoting drugs, it's only a natural thing saying being high, being off this realm, what would I see? Aliens. So it kind of goes together. If I'm promoting, like, especially marijuana, or if you're promoting it in an appropriate way, or just saying, you know, I'm high, I'm touching the clouds, or I'm off this realm, I'm going to see aliens per se. That's what I'm
gonna tell you something real quick. I smoke marijuana, and I swear I'm not about to defend it. But I'm telling you right now, when you said especially, I just knew you was gonna say some kind of hallucinogen. Because hear me out, right? People see what the fuck they want to see on these hallucinogens. Like, if a person is into Buddhism and you put them on like some meth or give them a hallucination trip, they gonna see Buddha and shit and be on this little, and just like a Christian may see Jesus. I'm saying that the drugs that's coming out with the young folks and that's becoming normalized today are hallucinogens. Now, when I was coming up, we didn't fuck with a lot of hallucinogens. We didn't fuck with a lot of drugs that make you see shit that other people can't see. Now think about it. All of the young people and the alien folks, that's what they want. They want an experience other people ain't got. They want to get abducted. They want to see something and have information secretive that other people ain't got and do it. And in a way, that's why their generation is more likely to be hooked on hallucinogens. and shit.
Well,
Cause like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you
no,
got it.
you're right, 100%. The reason why I said that is because if it's true that everything repeats itself, we're a perfect time frame for what they did in the 60s and 70s on hallucinogens. It was the same situation where that they were looking at aliens and going above and beyond the realm. Now we fast forward now, hallucinogens is that thing. That's going to allow you to see what you want to see, and you're right.
And
People who
guess
get
what,
high,
JoJo?
go ahead.
And one more thing. It ain't, a lot of folks will be like, yeah, the young folks taking all them hallucinogens. Is deeper than that. Even in the woke community, they got the DMT laser test. DMT is a hallucinogen. And guess what? It's making them see the simulation.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
I definitely think that's a lot to do with the hallucinogens that we're making, not the natural hallucinogens, because they study where people are actually taking these hallucinogens and they're all seeing the same thing. They're all seeing the same dimension. It's not people experiencing different realities.
Right.
These hallucinogens are actually taking them places that are all the same.
Like
Where if
ayahuasca
you
with
drink alcohol, if you drink, get drunk, and I get drunk, we both seeing two different things. We all in our mind. But when you take DMT, we're both seeing the same thing in the different areas.
Well,
You know,
that's what.
it relieves that veil.
Well, that's what I want to ask you, because with the DMT laser test, it's been people said I don't see it, I do see it, and people see it ain't consistent. So that's what I was saying. I don't think they even taking the DMT right. I think we supposed to all be in a group, not one at
Where
a
I
time.
agree.
And you shouldn't be staring at no damn laser. We should be seeing what come to us, because the trip is gonna come from your own inner mind and shit. See what I'm
Correct. He made a
saying?
good point. He made a
Yes,
good
sir.
point
I
about
agree. I agree.
alcoholism
I
and
think
stuff.
that's why they can't make the natural source, because we produce it in our minds, and that's something that can't be replicated.
Right,
So all
man.
this stuff that they're making is poison and bull.
Yep. And my bad, JoJo. You was saying so. Go
No,
ahead.
no, you're good. I was saying that gentleman just now made a good point when he was talking about the differences. The reflection of you getting high is on you. Like what you see and what's going on is a reflection of you. So like he was saying, we can get drunk at the same time or high at the same time, but what it does to me ain't gonna do it to you. So a lot of things what people are seeing is just a reflection of what they have on the inside when you're talking about like seeing Buddha and whatnot.
Yeah. So I can sum it up as maybe weed is a personal trip drug. Maybe our ancestors had herbs and ambrosias for personal trips and communal trips. So maybe there were things we did personal in our spiritual ways to balance our energies, and when we came together, they had different stuff to sync our energies to one frequency too, like all of that shit, you know what I'm saying, and different shit for different situations like that. And maybe DMT was more of like the ayahuasca thing, more like, okay, this is we all about to gear up in the astronaut suit and lead this bitch as a group and go to this parallel reality together, not just me by myself. Like,
Oh yeah, see, I think that's why this disclosure stuff is happening. Honestly, I think that they have to put this fake reality in everybody's minds so that it can become real. You know what I mean? We are making it real by putting that thought into it and by even, indulging in it. That's why they're putting that shit all on TV and all that so that it comes into our minds. So now we're thinking about it. Now we're putting mind to it. Now we're putting science behind it. Now we're giving it meaning, giving it power.
yeah, man. The
Because
ancients
one of the
said
hardest thing to
all
do
is
is get rid of a
mine.
thought.
Yep.
One of the hardest thing to do is get rid of a thought.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Yeah, because if somebody gives you fake science, now we're trying to use what we understand to make it real. Now we're making it real because now we're trying to understand it.
Because your brain is just gonna formulate whatever it is a formula to make a reality for you.
Yep.
That's pretty good, though.
It goes really super deep. Peace to the panel, because this started way back in, like, I don't know, 60s, 70s, and they've been planning this whole thing. And think about how what the person that believes the aliens and believes in the heliocentric model, what that person is like a prize to the CIA and to the military, to the government, because not only do they believe in the heliocentric model, they believe in aliens and they believe in all that shit. So they're so far removed from the reality. And then someone who believes in flat Earth is totally marginalized and pushed aside and treated like an idiot, while all these idiots are the norm, the mean, you know, because they're the average. They're getting beat down. They're getting mean treatment. But check it, like they all believe the same. They all believe bullshit. They're so far removed from the truth, and that's how they love it. That's like a perfect the divine evil plan to keep everybody far away from the truth and marginalize the truth. It's crazy. It's fucked up. But
Shout out, hey, shout out to you. Hey, guess what? So I gotta piggyback on that. That ain't nothing but facts that were just spoken. And you know what? When people ain't following the truth, they're following the main narrative, the mainstream narrative via the algorithm. And so it's two kind of people on earth right now. Either you following the truth, that's gonna lead up out this bitch, or you following the narrative, you probably gonna end up a transhuman. Now, a person may say, I would never get the chip. Keep going the rate you going. They're gonna slowly see. A lot of folks don't think, like I know a lot of folks that probably say, man, I ain't getting the jab. The more people start to die in their area and the more the news put the fear on that shit, they ass went and got that jab. Don't y'all know some, you know some folks like that. They broke. They broke under the pressure, under the fear. They gave them the numbers. Oh, the numbers going up. You know what? I'm going to go get it. I just heard that Juvie song. Guess what? Some niggas who said they wasn't gonna get it, even the Bible said that.
Plus, they can't even figure out why you wouldn't get it. They don't have enough researching skills to get enough reason to not get it. You know, to them it's like, fuck it. I don't see why not, because they don't know how to research.
And then when the majority of everybody start getting it, they gonna feel like, well, it's normal. It ain't that bad. It ain't gonna hurt me. They got it. And that's it.
Right. But there's a million reasons why you shouldn't get that shit, you know?
People gonna chip up, man. That's why I think the end goal of all this shit is transhumanism. That the end goal of this whole alien disclosure shit is transhumanism. I believe that eventually we're gonna make contact and we're gonna have to terraform the earth and ourselves to coexist with this so-called new entity. Because it's easy for you to have excuses for drastic terraforming projects and even transhuman projects by saying, listen, once you convince everybody we ain't alone, what are the implementations that, okay, we're coexisting with a non-human being? Well, that can produce all kind of threats may come up later in the news. Shit, like they can play off this so many ways to get reactions and get us to whatever level they want. Shout out to my nigga Retton. How you doing, man?
Salute, salute. See somebody with their hand raised.
Tinkara.
Both Sanchez has a point because he's like throwing something over the fence with a transhumanism cause, and I do believe that some of the people there are just dystopian, and some of the arousing interest with the actually it happened a long time ago with the we have a friend here with MK Ultra. They actually think that you have your own alien out there. If you're Russian intelligence, you already have your own personal alien. And that is why the United States did their best to antagonize everybody, because, you know, once they got Roswell, hey, somebody out there actually cares, because before World War II and World War I, everybody thought that everything was a wasteland, a junkyard. So everybody's trying to look alive, you know, hey, over here, we're here, take us. So that's like the 60s era. But with the millennials coming, I do believe that both Sanchez has a point. Transhumanism is the fence, and we are trying to throw something over the fence.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading greetings to everybody on the panel. I was just reading a scientific paper about how this one lady, her name is January, and she's a neuroscientist, quantum physicist, and a cybersecurity engineer. And what she found out is that they're building all these data centers because they have so much information on everybody that they are now doing game theory. Her name is January. With the information and basically sending out people to, interact with you because they're basically sending flashes through the phone. They already know how to get into data waves or beta waves, some shit
Hyper
like
game theory. Hyper game theory.
yeah, aye. So basically, they're using that, and now since what you just said, you amount of people that basically were pressured to go and get something that was unscientific. It's just like I know people like exactly what you just said. I know people like that.
What's
So with that whole with the aliens thing, you have to think majority of people who are on their phone all the time, social media, scrolling, doom scrolling, all this kind of stuff. There's a thing called quantum. What is it? It's called cybersecurity mindfulness. Now, this website basically tells you exactly what is going on in the digital realm and why they want to. Because listen to what's his name, Zuckerberg. He said he's not. He was human when he was human.
Oh shit!
See what
No.
I'm saying?
Oh no. Oh
So
nigga.
the whole metaverse and all this kind of stuff, they're already tapping in by the neural interface that they
Damn.
have on all the information that you go looking on the web. And that's why they're building so much database. Now she found out that they're building a database in Utah, but they're going to build a nuclear plant to satisfy that database. And basically, it's going to be built on a fault line. Now they don't want to work with this lady who's basically figured out that in 1960 they deliberately caused a problem in the code of the computers. That's why they run hot, because they don't do enough computations. They only do like 3 instead of 100. And they run hot, trying to figure out. It's like trying to do calculus, but you only know algebra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the whole game theory, I didn't really understand it because I don't play video games and stuff, but they're using game theory now, but in the interface of you on your devices. And now they can basically check you in your house through
Yep, that's from Robert Nash, the game theory. That he was the dude that they made the Beautiful Mind movie about. He was a genius, and they
Y'all
based that on. It's like a military thing. Like they always have a move to make. It's based on your next move. So your next move dictates
That's
their
deep.
next move, and they use the occult razor against you because the occult. Yeah, that says that the most logical answer is probably the truth. So they use that against you because all they got to do is give you a bunch of shit that's totally fucking make it look, do some shit that's way over people's heads that could never be true and make it, and people will never believe it. So they get, in other words, they use the occult razor against you because people are binary thinking. It's either yes or no, this or that, and it's usually not when it comes to hiding military, all that government secret shit. So I know what he's talking about.
You know what's crazy, bro? When I hear metaverse, the word meta is like atom. Atom was like the unseen one in Egyptian Atum. And the metaverse is like the unseen world that's like beyond the physical layer that we go through digital technology. The word digital got the root word is dig, and we dig up our dead loved ones if we want to communicate with them. I'm just saying that, think about this with etymology, with words. The digital world, the metaverse, What if we tapping into an ancient simulation that was made for the dead evil spirits to cheat death and go into another layer of reality beyond this world? But it's like their astral plane. It's like, you know, when we looking at the Hindu cosmos and they got all of them realms below the earth and they got realms above the earth. What if below the earth are parallel realities, but they're all man-made hellholes worse than this one, and these metaverses could be like, you know, layers of reality that was created by ancient people trying to make other simulations and shit, and they can kind of walk through the walls, come back here, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. That's what I was.
I definitely think that go back to what you were saying about making a transcendent human. I think it all goes back to them not wanting our souls to leave. You know, I
Yeah.
think that's what where they found a way where you were saying that reality that they created, and that's where they discovered the internet, the ether, because the internet was discovered by people at CERN before CERN was even CERN. They discovered that dimension where that exists. I think that's where, you know, that's where they trick our souls when we die to come back. You know, I think that's when we pass, we enter that realm, our soul. And that's where they deceive us with our fake family members and pretending to be angels so that we come back. And to get back to your point, that's what they're doing is they're trying to skip that part. They're saying, forget dying. Let's just keep them here. Let's transcend them. Let's create these things so that they want to stay, so that they want to live forever, so that they can just stay here and they don't want to leave.
Yeah. Like Cypher in that Matrix movie, eating that steak. His incentive to stay was, look, you're gonna make me rich. You telling me what my, cause think about how deep this is. He's saying you gonna plug me back in. He gonna be born again into the Matrix as a whole different person. Now, what is AI allowing us to do? It's allowing us to develop our other, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Folks is using this. I always say, if people had the ability to use AI to be who they want to be without working on themselves, you know they gonna use that cheat code. Everybody like microwave results. Now the version of yourself you want to be is in your head. You see it, and every day you gotta get up and work on yourself. It's hard work. You gotta put your ego down. You got to mold yourself. You know, in situations you lash out, you got to learn from them. You got to apologize. You got to do all this human shit that us humans don't want to do. So we going to become transhumans because we can cheat that old system of hard work, working on yourself with just, hey, I can create my new version and merge with it in a fake reality by doing no work.
And you see they talking about making people billionaires or millionaires overnight now. So with all this Trump, like they trying to, it seems like they trying to create that dystopia
I mean, is it no
with
different
China
than?
and these chips.
I mean, is it no different than what people are doing on the internet right now as far as the YouTube influencers? These people weren't like that before they got on YouTube. They weren't this persona. They got on YouTube and became someone totally different. Like, I know for a fact that they would definitely do that if they could finish everything and go into a simulation. Of course they would.
I'm gonna tell you some real shit. There are a bunch of people online that came on here to play characters, and they'll tell you that. And you know, I ain't gonna even name them, and they open with it. And people are now acceptable to your online persona, and they will even defend it and say that's just his online character. You know, he ain't like that in real life. You know, it's just the internet. That's what they say. It's just the internet. So the whole thing is you got two different kind of people that get online. The people that get on here because they want to play a character because the real them ain't that interesting. And the people who the real them is interesting and fuck and so unique that the people they grew up around, didn't know that it was unique and valuable because they grew up around it. They was with you every damn day. So they didn't think like, oh, this is Bro Sanchez. That's just my nigga. Like he get deep sometime, you know. But you want to show who you are to the world because you know what it did to people around you, and you just believe in yourself and know if I talk like this and show them my way of thinking, people gonna follow my research. So you can, or my music or my whatever, you fill in the blank. That's people who come on here, and that's the good old days of the internet when people was being unique and weird and personal, and like even the boy that was saying these nuts, right? Like I know it's shallow as hell, but it's unique, right? It's people is copying, people ain't being they self, people is, you know what I'm saying? And I get what you saying, brother. And it's like two different internets, just like everything is being split from the synthetic world to from the real shit. And the people that's following the synthetic shit, they're more likely to follow those who play roles and characters because they already following the world stage, which is just a bunch of people playing roles and characters. They used to in taking the scripted stuff, and most of that.
You know what's crazy? Have you seen the doctors? They're making videos now, and they talk like they're AI characters because that's the new style. So they're imitating the AI, and like you know how you can't tell if it's AI. Well, now there's people acting like AI. It's getting crazy.
We trading places, and that's called a singularity. We fucking knee deep into the singularity at this point. Let me give a shout out to D-Dub Exclusive. What if we already live in a beast computer and we already bit the apple? I got a whole lecture on that. That's a very same concept where I'd say that the bitten apple is not a piece of fruit. Matter of fact, let me show this to y'all. I can actually pull it up real quick. And yeah, D-Dub, facts.
But you really can't tell now. When there's people explaining stuff, it's hard to tell nowadays. But why are they trying to act like they're the AI if they're real? It don't make sense.
Just confusion to not know what is what, I think. That's kind of how it goes.
Well, the thing about it is that there's a two. You know how we have the straw man,
yeah,
right? Yeah. They're making a digital straw man.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? They're using all that kind of theory and all that kind of stuff with like they know about like neurons, they know how brain fires, they know how things work, they know that flashes of light, color, like you know, why do they make your phone blue with blue light? You know what I mean? When that disrupts your circadian rhythm. You know,
What's crazy about the straw man? Our names printed in all caps was the printed straw man, the paper straw man. The crazy thing about that straw man, he didn't really exist in the real world. He exists in the world where we all agreed on that this is me, this little ID and this number they gave me represent who I am as an infinite being, right? This barcode on my social security, boom, boom, boom. So we agreed to that, even though it was a false version of us. But now that we consented to that paper false version, it's like they're about to graft him inside the digital world now.
No, I mean, that's a good point because it also made me think about the music industry. A couple of years ago, I was wondering why this, I can't remember the name of the company, but it was going around buying everything digital, like buying all the masters to songs to make it one. But then there were certain celebrities who had old songs from years ago were recreating them in a digital and having the rights to them. So that right there let me know that was a whole new world. How could somebody who recorded something, the rights are not theirs, but it's their voice. But when it got to the digital age, they re-recorded it again in the digital side. It was a whole new song that they now had the publishing for.
And it's because people trust the AI. That's why people try to act like they're the AI because people are that's what they trust already. You know.
Everything is just. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's like the Little Boy Blue. It's like they why you think all these songs, all these rhythms are all the same frequency, just in different tones and different patterns. They find that pattern, that frequency that matches that and whatever they're trying to capture, whether it's a depression, and then they just redo it. Why you think there's 7 different versions of the same song, but they all gotta get published and mastered, and because it's the same tone, they just have to change it just a little bit so to make it their own. There's 7 different versions of the Elvis song. You know, there's 7 different versions of same songs that give us the same energy.
7 degrees of separation.
Shout out. Oh, did I shout y'all out? D. Allen Warren, Shayla Mahat. Did y'all just come in? Salutes to y'all. What's up to the chat room and to the panel? Salutes to everybody, man.
Respect to everybody. Good talking to you. Keep up the wicked work, brother Sanchez.
Yeah, man. I just think that oh yeah, as far as the bitten apple, the bitten apple, that's what I meant to share with y'all. Here go the tree of life, what they don't show. Because before they put the tree of life in the Bible, it wasn't an apple, y'all. This what was on the tree of life. Now think about what I'm saying. It's called the tree of life. What kind of life? Human life. It's a tree that I can't say it gave birth to you. Put it this way, because this the part where folks gonna think I'm tripping. The real you don't got no beginning and no ending. This tree right here in the middle of Eden, it wasn't created and it can't be destroyed. It has the real you inside of a damn pod. And guess what? The real you don't got no beginning and ending. And guess what? Your only beginning is when you wake up. So it's a paradox. Think about what I'm saying. Let me zoom in, right? You've always existed from the beginning of time. You don't have a beginning, but you exist in this state right here. Sleep, meaning your consciousness not activated, but you there. Now, when we became conscious beings, our dream began as a sleeping. Think about what I'm telling you, right? You in this little bubble and nothing is happening. You don't have no consciousness, no experience. I can't even say you're experiencing darkness. You're experiencing what it's like when you sleeping at night, but you ain't dreaming. And I do that a lot. I go to sleep and I wake up and it's just morning time. Just black. I didn't dream, you know. This is what it's like in your pod. Now, what we call in life is you beginning a dream in the darkness. Now, when the dream ends, your pod opens up and your awakening from the dream is you rising up in the real world from your pod from the first time. And the beings are going to tell you the only thing that began and ended was your dream. But you've always been here. That's the part we can't grasp when people be like, well, man, you always existed. Ain't no beginning. And this what this tree of life shit was. The tree of life and the bitten apple is basically when you break through this little pod right here. That's when the apple get bitten. Let me show you what it's going to look like. It's going to look like this right here. They show you with Pokemon. This is what it's going to look like. When we break through our pod, guess what? And they telling us backwards. If they say if Adam and Eve bite the apple, they gonna be like God. So what happens when our pod open up? We become like God. We know we escape the simulation. They lied to us in the Bible. I'm giving you the real shit. It ain't about spookism and fear. It's about when you open up this apple right here, you're free from the earthly realm and you now a god. You're on the realm of gods, but they just watered it down and made it spooky and turned it into dictatorship authority. If you bite the apple, you're pissing this white man off. And they just changed, corrupted the story. But this is really what it was. Like when Neo Pod opened, that's the bitten apple. And what happened? He's now like God. But I'm gonna fall back. That's what I wanted to show about that, man. Here go another version of the bitten apple. Even the sperm concept. But I'm gonna fall back from this, and I'm gonna say, to the panel, y'all take the flow, man. Wibble.
That was
Shout
pretty
out.
tight. That was pretty tight. I got one that I wanted to share a long time ago, but I never did. Since she shared that, I'll bust it real quick. The 666, because everyone always tries to figure out what it's really about. And check it out. In Kabbalistic numerology, 6 is a number for male energy. So the male side of the brain is the left side of the brain. So they want to keep us in our left male dominant brain away from the right brain, which is the female side, which is more intuitive. So 666 is like a spell. They put it in, they have it like in the barcode, you know, for all the universal UPC code, universal product code. It's on all the products all over the world, on every single product, you know. They hit it in that barcode, the 666, they hit it in there. So they just put that in there to say, keep them in the left side of the brain, male dominant, unspiritual, and unintuitive. And you got to see it to believe it. You know, if I can't see it, it doesn't exist. That's how we can control the world. If we keep the people in the male dominant mode. So that's what 666 is. It's easy. It's easy to know, and then it's easy to fix it by getting balance. That's why we're trying to bring back the female side, which is really be more intuitive. You know, be more. You don't have to see it to
You
believe it.
gotta put the Adderall down, man.
Use your intuition. Sorry, I just did a dab. My
Oh
bad.
man, here go the
Well, you got to be
antagonizer.
careful how you got to be careful how you interpret that, because you said the you know when that comedic stuff 666 that ain't
I don't
bad,
even
ain't a
want to
negative
expound on
thing.
that, man. I want to talk about
You
what
know what I
Sanchez was talking
mean?
about the big apple anyway. How did he get the 666?
Kabbalistic numerology. That's for the
Yeah,
Kabbalah.
but that doesn't mean evil. 666 in Kabbalah
No,
doesn't,
it's
it
not
doesn't
evil.
mean evil. It doesn't mean bad. It doesn't
Three,
mean it means
three.
completion. You know, it means
Yeah,
good
three.
things.
Three is
Yeah.
female energy. 6 is male energy. 9 is completion because 6 plus 3 equals 9. So that's just numerology. Not everybody believes those meanings for numbers unless you're into Kabbalah. But that's what 666 is. Just keep them in the male, in the left brain, and that's evil because we use both sides of our brain to be in balance and figure shit out properly. You feel me?
Hey guys, I got
I got
to
something for you.
I actually got to close down at this time, but it's gonna redirect y'all to the next one we do. On the next one gonna be crazy because I'm gonna go into like the Vatican, what they saying about aliens. I'm gonna go into like the whole religious side of this new world order thing in detail, like with you know, instead of just how I did today. So it's gonna be deep, man. Make sure y'all share it. Peace and much love to y'all, brothers, though, man. Let me get on up out of here, man.
Peace and love, bro.
Y'all on the
Peace,
next one for
love
sure.
always.
And let me say shout out to Jocelyn Love and to Voodoo Child for joining. I know y'all joined kind of late at the end of the show, so I'm gonna let y'all two take y'all time and close us out for whatever y'all had for us, to be fair. Thank y'all. You was breaking up a little, Voodoo Child.
I just want to know if you just look.
Yeah, I ain't rushing y'all. Either take your time because I know y'all showed up late. You breaking up though. With Jocelyn, you ready? I don't know if her mic on. Okay.
You can't hear me. My mic messed
There
up.
you go. There you go, Voodoo Child. You good now? Talk to him.
Yeah,
Sure.
I wanted to know. Had you looked at that experiment where they put all the AIs in one world together and they went to warring with each other?
No, what's the name of that? Somebody said I need to do a stream on these data centers being demonic, and now what you bringing up kind of fits along. What you said. So what's the name of that experiment? Yeah. I'm gonna write it down now.
I seen a little short yesterday, and this lady was talking about how they put all the AIs in one room together, and they went to fighting and killing each other, and one of them killed itself and then made legislation not to bring itself back, and it just was chaos. They went to setting the whole world on fire, man. Yeah.
I just wrote it down. AI in one room going to war. I know I can find it. I can search by that some kind of way. But I'm gonna find that and definitely check that out for sure. That's right up my alley. That's crazy. I want to do some shit like that. What do you? Yeah. Oh yeah. Who is that?
Oh, that's me. You were saying that you wanted to check that data center stuff.
Do what now? Do what now?
Remember, you said to do a show on the data centers.
Yeah. The date. I just mentioned that. Somebody in the chat told me that too. I wrote it down. I be listening to y'all, hearing y'all out.
Write down cyber security mindfulness, and the lady who puts that on, she is the one that's basically warning the people about data centers. She has tons of information on that stuff.
Cyber security mindfulness. I got you. I got these sticky notes, man. I got y'all. Yo.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one, man. That's gonna be a good one.
Her name is
scratch that Jane of Genesis too, man.
And then I'm about to start making fire ass documentaries out of some of this information too, to really get this stuff out of here with the visuals and all that too, man. But yeah, anybody y'all done closing? Yeah.
They want to put nuclear power stations to basically power these cybersecurity stations.
Got a late super chat. Shout out to Reaganettes. That's love. Yeah. No, that's facts, Tinkara, and we gonna build on it too. Reaganettes. That's what's up.
Yeah, can I close too?
Yeah.
Bo Sanchez, can I close too?
For sure. Go ahead.
I'd like to close everyone on the YouTube. I'd like to get everyone know that I've been 40 years on this planet Earth, and I've never seen, or maybe I have my own escapade in my past life. But this what is happening in the disclosure with Trump now, and Bo Sanchez is right. How the house divided on itself can't stand. So
that's facts. He's breaking up bad. Is it just me? No, that's everybody can hear that.
I'd like to plug my peptide endorsement BioNexus. My code is NameJim3. So I will post that on the chat box on the live stream next.
Okay, appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Peace and love, everybody. We out.